Hey, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Eclipse Phase, second edition. This scenario is called Vestiges. And before we get into, the brief of is that all of you are on a ship heading to. The ship is a salvage ship out in the outer system, in the outer asteroid belt of the solar system, the brink, or rimward, as I would say. The ship is called, let's see here, Mordigian. Let's see here, named after a fictional god of the dead. Let's see here, ship name and a god of consuming the dead, which is appropriate for a salvage ship. But a remote asteroid habitat called Kofun has gone dark, and you are all undercover as just posing as members of the outer of the community on a volunteer rescue mission basically, assumingly a rescue mission to see what happened. Why did the station go dark? And try and reestablish contact, rescue anybody who's there, and repair the station so it can be used, because out in the outer system, resources are too scarce to abandon a space station that can house over 500 people. It is built into an asteroid. We'll get into more details later. Let us introduce our cast members. So Squirrel, you are playing
Jinx. It's a gray parrot uplift. She's going to check out on her friend Beaker. Wouldn't really be concerned if it was all just humans, but because there's uplifts on this station and it's gone dark, she kind of wants to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a specialist in recon, a little bit of medicine and sniping.
Very good. And then next up we have Weird. Please tell us about Killjoy.
Right, so Killjoy is on this to check up on her friend Dan, who's an Argonaut. Killjoy is a anarchist troubleshooter, and also supposed to name's Greta Brand. I'm not going to try to do a German accent.
Very good. Then next up we have Axel. Please tell us about Ancillary.
Okay, Ancillary is a ship's ALI that was upgraded by its owner until it achieved full sentience, at which point he said, geez, this is really patronizing. I'd like some freedom, please. And he left. But while he can't stand to live with his creator, Jonas, he does feel like maybe he should check up on him.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And then finally, we have Rain Spirit. Please tell us about Hex.
Okay. Hex is a female lunar async fixer. She's a long way from home out in the outer rim, but she's somehow made the trip because Dr. Tara Bailey, when she first broke out as a member of the Lost, there was one researcher that she had serious beef with, and Dr. Bailey helped her locate this person and have some unfinished business. She doesn't necessarily think that Tara is going to be happy to see her, but favors are favors, and this is one thing where she's going to help this person out no matter what it is, and then just clear the board for them both.
Okay. Yeah. And you got to pay back your debts, even if it's only in your head. Kofun is a remote brinker asteroid habitat in the outer system. It has a population of approximately 500. But what Firewall is concerned about, and the subject of your secret mission, is a group known as the Patient. Because they are very patient. They are a group of Exsurgent virus researchers trying to unravel the mysteries of the Exsurgent virus. And Firewall is deeply concerned because they have ties to the exhuman community. Now, not all exhumans are, to be eliminated, but there's just a There's exhumans are they do a lot of bad things. They make a lot of try to achieve AI, boost their intelligence to godlike levels. They try to they look at the Titan and be like, I want to be that, and so they are concerned now. Technically, now the patient have publicly stated that their motives are to research it so they can better fight it and stop it. But that's public. Maybe they want to reverse engineer it so they can use it on their own, or who knows. Anyways, they research on Kofun, and they are concerned that their research has broken loose and infected the habitat. Of course, it is entirely possible. They have no evidence of that. It's just that they know there's a Exsurgent virus research lab on Kofun, and they're highly concerned. It is entirely possible pirates destroyed the habitat or killed everybody in a raid, or perhaps there's an internal power struggle that destroyed critical life support systems or took out communications, or any number of things. All of you, of course, are going as yourselves, as just members of because you're all in the outer system, and after Kofun went dark, there was a Kofun administrator who is based in Extropia and organized and offered a lot of reputation to anybody who would volunteer for this mission. So basically, it's you four plus a group. You're on the ship Mordigian. It is piloted by Whirligig, who is an AGI pilot embedded in the ship with a small group of robot drones to do work. There is a security specialist, Merciful Sleep, known or AKA Mercy, who is an exhuman, heavily modded biomorph, looks insectile, but known as a ruthless killer. Then someone only known as Pilgrim, who is in a synthmorph, known to be a brinker and a skilled engineer, but also believed to be a member of a religion that one of their beliefs apparently is to not tell people what their religion is about. So very secretive person, but Pilgrim is trade services for resources. And obviously reputation can be used to get all kinds of useful things that you need to survive out in the outer system. And then Rutherford, who is another AGI, but sleeved in a biomorph body, who is an exsurgent virus specialist. Whirligig and Rutherford are going to stay in the ship to basically Rutherford's job is to check for the exsurgent virus and to monitor contamination levels. And the op that you have been briefed on led by Mercy, or actually Mercy's muse, in a rather cold and calculated way, is the standard salvage / rescue operation. The standard plan is to scan the station from a distance, then send in drones and analyze the station. Based on this analysis, the obvious priority, assuming it looks salvageable, and if there are any people left to that we can find, is to first establish a beachhead on the station dock, then clear the station room by room, then decontaminate the station room by room, and then fix life support, and then bring in a new crew. Because again, assuming it's gone dark and everyone's dead, they want to basically get it back to be habitable again. Then they can sleeve people, restore people from backup at the cortical stacks, and just bring in new people. Because again, this is a big asteroid. It is, I'll say, a couple, let's say 4 miles in diameter. It is a very large station, and it is. People really want to live there. Even if it's found to have an exsurgent, if the exsurgent contamination isn't too bad, they assume their nanoswarms can clean it. So of course you have been given Mercy does brief you as you're on your way there, that the patient They, of course, had multiple groups, and they were not all on the station. They want you to quarantine the research lab, decontaminate it, but do not access the servers. On the other hand, Mercy tells you all the Kofun administrator has another mission for you, which is determine if the threat came from the patient lab, and if it did, destroy everything in the lab and lie to the patient that it was already like that. And of course, you have another mission, which is Firewall, which is destroy anything even vaguely Exsurgent, and also just go ahead and access the servers and steal all the information from the patient so we can find out what they were up to. But yeah, it went dark about 4 months ago. This is how long it took to organize a rescue team, get a ship, get you all on the ship, and get the ship there, because distances in the outer system are vast, and your ship is obviously going at it's a cargo ship. It is not a fast ship, yeah. So we begin. Obviously, you've had time to prepare, so I'll just go to each of you. If any of you want to make any skill checks to know more, or to there's, of course, a fabber on the ship, but you have limited resources, so you can't just fab up an army of weapons and shit like that, and you'd have to have the blueprints handy to fab things. So Jinx, what are you doing as preparation for this mission before you get in range to actually do something?
So this is before we're in range.
Yeah, this is kind of a montage like scene of like showing all the. You get the call like 4 months ago, pretty soon after it goes dark. Basically, what happened, the timeline is it goes dark. The Extropia, the Kofun administrator on Extropia puts out a call to organize a rescue mission. Firewall gets that call, obviously, and then they say, "Oh wait, we got 4 people that could go there undercover," and they activate all 4 of you. And so this you signed up for it within hours of it going dark, but it took you 4 months to get here. So you had plenty of time to like do research or whatever, so yeah.
Okay. In terms of no gate crashing rumors, would that be appropriate here, or is there no gate around here?
There is definitely not a gate on that. It would definitely be a much more important. It would be a much bigger deal if a Pandora gate went dark. This is just a big rock, a big asteroid in the outer solar system. It was they drilled into it to make a beehive. I think a hive. I think that's the name for it. So basically, imagine a 4-mile diameter asteroid. They drilled lots of tunnels and rooms into it. And they powered it up, and that's the habitat. So,
could I use?
But like 500 people were there, and now nobody knows what happened to them. So everyone's like, "What the fuck happened?" And you're the first ship to actually make it there, as far as you know. So yeah,
could I use no surveying to know like if there would be any best approaches to the asteroid or entrances that people might not have expected?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a check.
72 out of 70. Nope.
Okay. I mean, the salvage rescue operation that Mercy briefs you on is pretty standard. I mean, the real variable is, if you detect heat. Heat sensors work pretty well in space. And if it's gone cold, that means everyone's dead. But if there's heat, that means there's people alive. So, that. And yeah, you get you get information on the geological composition of the rock of the asteroid, but unless you're going to be drilling new tunnels into it, it doesn't really matter. So let's see here. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I'll just be prepping my scout missile for when we arrive.
Okay. Killjoy.
Sorry, dreaded mute button problem. So I understand we're the first ship to go there, but like, has anyone not even been able to send like a drone run for a flyby or something, so to speak?
If they have, like, I mean, it's just far out there, right? Like,
Yeah.
you jumped in there. You were probably on the way there within like 24 hours of the call going out. So it took you just it's very far out there. So you were the first ship there. And if you can give me a check to see if anyone sent it and just didn't mention it in public.
Okay. Investigation.
No, that's something you do on scene. This would be like knowledges or networking checks.
Yeah, I have no investigation.
Oh, it's a knowledge check. Well, that's like crime scene analysis and shit like that. That's like close up stuff, not things you do at like stellar distances.
Do you have research?
I think you all have like, isn't networking like a separate skill now? Let's see here.
Oh yeah, you could use your network.
Yeah. So yeah, you can use your networking as skills to ask around. Yeah. As like a minor favor. Well, just like look at your reps. Yeah. Let's see. I'll look at your character sheet. The great thing about so you have at rep, which is autonomous, G rep, which is criminals, and I rep, which is firewall. So
what little boxes mean? I guess
those are what levels of favors. Yeah, 3 minors, 1 moderate, 1 major. So like asking for like non-public information would be a minor favor.
Yeah, sure. Let's minor favor that from autonomous.
All right, give me a roll. So you have 60 in that, so that's 60%.
Okay. 22 crit success.
Oh shit! Okay, what do you want to know about it?
As much as possible. Well, I mean, I want to know what if there was some kind of flyby done that was secret. Then I'd like to.
Actually, a group of Argonauts did have a drone, and they sent it out, and they detected heat signatures. Not many. Like it seems like the station is. The life support is mostly down, but there was like some residual heat, indicating that there was active, like there was some sort of activity going on. They did not share that with the public because they don't know what that means. But you get that, so you know there it is not like there's activity. It's not just all cold and dark.
Pass the information along to my teammates.
Okay.
Makes everything here seem much more sinister. I guess that's.
Yeah, it's like with that. That's why they're concerned, is because like if there's activity, why wouldn't they reestablish communications? Why wouldn't they send out a radio signal saying "Please help"?
Yeah, the patient killed everybody. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I said maybe.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of things.
Yeah, so that was definitely a secret that you from the Argonauts that you got. But that took you a while to get, and
I'm happy with 1 success.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Then let's see. Ancillary. Is there anything you want to do as prep?
I would like to. I got 2 ideas. Mm-hmm. One, I have knowledge exhumans, which I could just roll.
Yep.
But I was wondering if I could analyze, like, trying to get as much records of transmissions from the station in the time period leading up to when it went dark, and do some data processing or something to see if there are signs of trouble before it went dark.
Okay.
Like, did this happen over, was there something like a month or a week or something?
Yeah, that would getting that data would definitely be a favor. That would definitely be, well, autonomous or criminals or firewall would all work. Let's see. I don't know, who do you have rep with?
I have at rep, I rep, and R rep.
You have I rep. Okay.
I think I'll probably use.
Well, you're playing ancillary. I'm looking at the character sheet.
My fake ID has as G rep. Yeah, sorry. I may have forgotten to like
assign rep points.
Assign a name, an actual fake name to my fake ID.
Okay.
Oops.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I see. I
Yeah.
see. You have IREP or
Yeah.
RREP and ATREP. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. All right. You could use either one. Like I said, you had 4 months of basically, and you're on a ship that can transmit, so like it takes a while for you to send messages and get it back, but you got 4 months. So, yeah, I guess basically you could roll all of them if you want. It's definitely going to be a moderate favor, so you only get 1 roll per. Well, first give me the
Okay.
exhuman knowledge thing, because
Okay.
that will give you some information straight up.
That's a success.
Okay, is there a particular thing you want to know about the patient, or how well they're tied to the exhumans, or yeah. That would be the obvious thing to ask.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
we'll go with that.
All right.
Tell me
All
more
right.
about
So
patient.
the patients are not necessarily exhumans. There are Argonauts among them. There's extropians among them. They're basically exsurgent virus researchers who have pooled their resources together in order to actually do research, to actually have enough resources to build like a quarantine lab, because that's more than any one individual scientist could afford to do, basically, especially in the outer system. And the exhumans mostly represent a source of basically resources that they can get in order. So there's actually a lot of debate in the patient about how much, what level of cooperation they can do. They're not exhuman themselves. They have ties to it because the exhumans really want that research data, and the patient are like, well, you're giving us resources so we can do this, making this even possible, but you're exhuman. The idea that you might misuse this scares the shit out of us mostly. So it's a highly complex and tenuous relation. They need each other, but they don't trust each other. And that is sort of the big source of tension in the community. So that is to say, of course, you do know that there are a couple of like the exhumans have lately in the last couple of years like focused on like putting their own people or people sympathetic to them in the patient. So there's a smaller subfaction within the patient that are exhuman sympathetic, more so than the founding groups of the patient. So but they're also like they're called the patient because they're very conservative with their research. They're willing to take longer and be safer in order to get results and take risks and fucking have something bad happen. But I mean, it's the Exsurgent virus. It's the most deadly thing out there. So it's a fraught relationship. So you're guessing Mercy on your team is there to more or less find out how the patient fucked up and secure the data. That's Mercy's real mission. So keep an eye on Mercy, but also don't assume that the patient scientists there are necessarily like the exhuman. Some of them do, some of them don't. Yeah. And now you can give me a check to see if you can get that data in order to do traffic analysis on it.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me which faction you're going with. I mean, criminal or IREP would give you the best data because they're the ones who actually spy on other people. But ATREP, you're better at ATREP.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it with IREP.
Okay.
Nope.
And that is a crit failure. So with a 66. So yeah, there's firewall warns you off and tells you not to pursue this angle at all. That there are a lot of people looking at this data, and it would blow your cover to pursue this angle, and it's too important for you not to blow your cover. They can't know that Firewall's involved in this because you're isolated out there. If they decide to, if they don't like you, they'll throw you out the airlock, and there's nothing that Firewall can do to help you. So don't stop doing this, basically. So yeah, is there anything else you want to do?
No, I'll let someone else have a go.
Okay. All right. Hex, what do you want to do is prep.
Hex's gift is in infiltration and getting and deceiving others into her being someone else. So what she's doing right now is she's fairly concerned. Everything about this op stinks. So what she's doing is she's scanning the list of personnel on the ship if she can, getting Mirror, her muse, to look through, just get a whole list of all the people on the ship.
Okay.
As much information as she can on the people.
Wait, the ship or the station? The ship that you're on, or the station?
The station.
The station, Kofun. Okay. Yeah. What are you going to use for that? It would probably be a networking thing.
Would it be? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to do infosec and hack it from the Extropia, from the administrator on Kofun.
I've got infiltrate. What does kinesics do?
That's kinesics is the that person is lying to me. Infiltrate is the stealth skill, physically infiltrating. Infosec is the hacking. And because like that's I will tell you this, the population of Kofun is secret. Like there's no public. There's like the Kofun administrator runs it remotely and basically is a landlord. They get rent in terms of reputation from the people there, but they don't live on the station. And so one of the things is privacy. Like they don't like have a public like directory of who's on Kofun. People can self-admit, say, oh yeah, I live on Kofun. Message me here on Kofun. But like if you want to be secret, you can. That's part of the appeal to it, is that it
okay.
is,
Well, she knows they've got to be getting their supplies from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And one of her skills is no smuggling.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she can shake that tree and see what happens.
Okay, you get some information from that.
You would get if I roll my skill?
Yeah. Go and roll knowledge smuggling.
Okay, let me just remember how we do the dice rolling.
It is
R
/R space 1d100.
1d100.
No.
No.
All right. Yep. Unless by the way, you all have meta currencies in terms of Moxie and
I do have a lot of Moxie, so maybe I can use that.
Let's see, Moxie. Yeah, because this is or Insight. Actually, this would be Insight or Flex.
Oh. Do I have one of those? I have 2 insights. I'll just spend an insight.
Okay. Yeah, you spend it, and so so with the knowledge smuggling, you get some names of people, not all 500 obviously, but like the people who work the dock and stuff like that. And also you get a sense of like what kind of supplies are regularly shipped to Kofun, so you can get a better sense of like the demographics in general. They do get a lot of like high-end scientific equipment or materials that would be used for biological research. So you have a sense of like what kind of research is being conducted on there. So, and also just regular supplies that, like volatiles for power and raw material. Like they don't mine their own habitat. They go to other asteroids to mine it. But like, there's trade. So yeah, Kofun does trade with it. It's actually kind of an open station. Like you can't get a directory, but like people just went there and hung out or visited, or you could just it was sort of open for all. It was a brinker habitat in the sense that like it was basically what you realize is the administrator invested in making the station, and then they're just kind of making it like a permanent like apartment complex for people who didn't want to build their own habitat out in the middle of nowhere and wanted some kind of community. Like a lot of brinker habitats are just like someone burrowing into a rock and living there with whatever meager resources they bring with them. But like this dude on Extropia, just like, oh, I'm gonna make a really nice little gated community that people can buy and just live in remote, but yeah, that's why it had a population of 500, which is pretty big for a brinker habitat in the outer system. But yeah, that's also why they had an Exsurgent research lab in a population center, because if you had the resources, you could get space on Kofun. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not completely closed off. There's people
Yeah.
there who are just living lives, but
Yeah.
who knows what's happened to them.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that there were 500 of them and now no one's made a peep. So yeah, this is all the kind of stuff you're all looking at, and you do have some schematics of the station that the Kofun administrator gave to you. Basically, routes from the docks to the power plant, and other critical areas, and so you run simulations with Mercy because you have nothing else to do, because you got 4 months to get there as you wait in the ship, but eventually you get there, and yeah, the pilot Whirligig sends out the drones to survey the dock and the rest of the ship. And so all of you have access to the sensor data or the feeds of the drones. Rutherford actually insists on running what he calls a gray box through it. So if there's an Exsurgent basilisk hack, so the resolution of these is actually going to be downgraded. So you're not going to get as much information from them. But yeah, you can all make some kind of check to analyze the situation as you're looking through these little drones. This is a microgravity habitat, by the way. It's not spun for gravity, so you're going to be floating around and stuff. Yeah, the dock doors are open, which is a bad sign. And it was clearly spaced. There's nothing in there. There are a couple ships, clamped to the ground, but they look, there are signs of violence and sabotage. Looks like there's actually a Mercy notes that one of the ships there is not registered to Kofun. It's one of the like little shuttles, or they have a couple ships there just for regular defense, and just you need a ship, a couple ships, but that's an unregistered ship, in fact an unknown ship, and it is heavily damaged. So that is it. By the way, all of you, as you're looking at this, there's going to be a new rule just for the scenario, is that any of you, once per scene, one of you can spend a point of flex for a story effect. And as you were looking at the dock, and this unknown ship. So do any of you want to spend a point of flex?
I only have the one. I better say, I want to say, hold on to that for when it really counts.
I'm in the same boat, so I'm holding out.
I invested in a second point of flex, so I'll spend it.
Okay. All right. So we'll have Ancillary do it. So Ancillary, you get the strangest sense of deja vu. You've seen that ship before. You can give me a cog times let's see, cog times 3. Yeah. Give me a cog.
Do my mnemonics plus 20 memory related cog checks apply?
No, this is straight up cog.
Okay.
So I think your cog is 20, so you have a 60% chance.
There we go. Superior success.
Yeah, you don't know where, but you know that that's that was a pirate ship until Firewall seized it.
Oh. Hey guys, yeah, wasn't that a pirate ship that Firewall took? Why is it here? Does anybody feel like Firewall
Well, it
didn't
might be
tell
a
us
support
something
team.
very important?
When did it get here?
You don't know. You can't tell from well, actually, if you have that would be a skill check to figure that out of some kind. So Rutherford actually cuts in on the PA system. Says, by the way, we now have officially gone silent. I have disabled all broadcasting.
Hold up.
All
Hex has
broadcasting with the outside. Yeah.
a virtual. Hex has a VPN app. You can create a virtual private network for secure communication. Can we still use that to keep in touch with ourselves?
It can be a local network, sure. You cannot, but basically, Rutherford says, as per security quarantine protocols, because we are dealing with a suspected Exsurgent outbreak, I've sent word back to our, home team in Extropia that we are going silent. And then if I will remain, I have an instanced version of myself in a private server observing all of this. And if that instance server says it's okay, it will decrypt all of the hardware so that you can access it again once once an all clear has been going. So the protocol for that you don't need to know, obviously, but we are on our own now because we do not want to accidentally transmit an exsurgent virus through a broadcast, right? So no more talking to the outside world universe. But yeah, if anybody has a engineering skill like ship based on ships, or actually investigation would work for this.
All right, I'd like to roll that since they put that weird thing in my sheet. I think it's a weird skill to have, but since it's there.
Mm-hmm.
68 under 80, so it's a success.
Okay.
Success.
Even at the degraded resolution, you think the ship got there probably 3 months ago based on the amount of micro abrasions on the clamps.
Okay. I'll say that to look impressive and stuff.
Okay.
Russ, out of character, how many NPCs are there? There's like Whirligig, Rutherford, and who all, and Mercy.
And Pilgrim.
Pilgrim. Okay.
There are 4 of them and 4 of you.
Are they I don't remember. Were they all AGIs, or what kind of things were they?
Whirligig is the AGI pilot. It is embedded. It is sleeved into the ship itself. But it does have some robot drones that can remote control or jam. Then Mercy is a biomorph, but heavily modded. Looks like an insect person with like 4 arms, body armor, and lots of weapons. Brinker is in a standard synth morph in industrial armor and does not talk a lot. And then Rutherford is a biomorph, an AGI in a biomorph who stays on the ship and is in a full like hazmat kind of suit. That Rutherford is there just to monitor any potential virus outbreaks.
Okay, so. Was Brinker Pilgrim, or was that 2 different people?
There's Brinker is a faction. Pilgrim is a Brinker.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah, Pilgrim comes from another habitat.
Are we really close to the asteroid, or are we keeping kind of a distant orbit?
You're probably like 10 kilometers away from it. You're just sort of in orbit around it, watching the drone feed right now. So the dock looks good to go. Based on the analysis, that the NPCs do, that there are an unknown number of active beings in there, but due to the shielding and the interference that the ship is on, the station does have power. It is on low power. Someone has been keeping the power on, but all the outside communication antennas have been damaged or sabotaged in some way. Let's see here. So you figure out that another ship got there 3 months ago, and obviously got fucked up. It looks damaged, looks sabotaged. It was shot up with several weapons. But the dock looks good. It looks clean. It is, that looks like a good place to establish a beachhead, so you can all sit down in there, and then basically clear it room by room as the standard plan goes. All of you, unless you want to do any other analysis based on the drone feed of the docks and the outside of the station.
Well, I wanted to wait as we get close. I assume however we're getting close, just because of the range of it specifically. I want to send my scout missile around the hemisphere of the asteroid.
Okay.
Just to kind of map it out and see what's out there.
Okay. Yeah. You send it out. You establish a feed with it. So yeah, you have access sensor. You have a set. Yeah. You have that data on the surface. You can tell that the antennas. You look at them; they look like they were blown, like explosives blew up the outside broadcast antenna. Like they would put those on the surface of the asteroid to broadcast to other stations and shit like that, or into deep space. And someone blew them up.
From that, does it look like there's any like unsecured maintenance areas that we could possibly use as an alternative entrance?
There are. They're all closed. It looks like it's in a lockdown. And Rutherford does not. You can obviously go in that way, but the NPCs are going to stick with their plan of establishing a beachhead on the docks to and then go in the thing. So yeah, you can do whatever you want. Basically, their plan is to get the ship within a kilometer of it, and then you all just float over there. You all are given industrial vac suits, standard vac suits with a I forgot, like a gas propulsion system, and a communication device, encrypted communication device with the ship, with an embedded sensor array, so Rutherford can monitor you for contamination. So it's an autonomous thing. There's no hierarchy. You don't have to follow the plan if you don't want to, but yeah.
Well, within that,
would he be picking up the fact that I'm an async? Does he know about that?
Nope, no one does unless you tell them.
Okay.
What asyncs are is not known to the public. Like, people don't know what that is. Rutherford probably does because he's an Exsurgent virus specialist, but he would have no reason. Like, that's you only are at risk of discovery when you use your abilities, right? Like, so yeah.
That would, because that generates infection when I use my abilities.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're little, so that you can you don't have to take the communication / viral detector thing, because that will definitely go off if you use your abilities. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
so you can refuse it and just use the onboard mic or radio of the vac suit.
Yeah, Hex just smiles and says, "I'm good."
Okay.
Without any further elaboration.
Yeah, you can roll kinesics.
Okay, I do have kinesics.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's kinesics to refuse the taking.
No. It's to no. You can just refuse. This is an autonomous thing. There's no hierarchy. There's no like. Everyone is equal here. Like, you all agreed to voluntarily do this rescue op. There's no like, you can't be ordered to do anything you don't want to do. Like, there's autonomous. So there's no, yeah. But the kinesics determine what the NPCs think of you by doing that.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Okay. Whirligig, the pilot, doesn't care. Barely notices, doesn't give a shit. Whirligig is entirely focused on the ship and the safety of the ship, and the doesn't give a shit about you. Brinker, the pilgrim, doesn't care either. Mercy, on the other hand, definitely views you now highly suspicious. Mercy is a very paranoid person anyway. And Rutherford is like just annoyed. Doesn't immediately suspect you, but definitely does not like you right now, because you're not doing what they want. So yeah. But yeah, you can refuse that. Is anyone else refusing the any of the gear that they're giving you?
What was the gear that was being refused?
The basically a powerful communication device and slash like a custom built thing. It's like the size of like a cell phone, though you put on your back suit, be embedded in your back suit. And it's basically a range booster, so you can talk anywhere on the station, even in the middle of it, to the ship. But also, it has sensors to detect if you're infected by the Exsurgent virus.
Goody.
That's what Rutherford tells you.
I've got a built-in radio booster, and I'm not biological. I don't see a point.
Well, he says it can detect any, like also nano. It has nano detectors and it detects nano infections, and digital viruses. So, and basilisk. He says it can detect any form of the Exsurgent virus. So it's something Rutherford built. Yeah, you don't have to take it. All right. So
Can I try to can I try to kinesics Rutherford?
well, Hex, I assume you already shared that info of what they think of that, or what are you trying to figure out about Rutherford?
Just if Rutherford's on the up and up. I guess.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll.
It doesn't matter. They didn't make it.
Okay.
I guess I'll put the thing on.
All right.
I was wondering before we get super deep into this, is there some way? Is there any way we could download a map of this place?
You have a map. I told you the
sorry.
Kofun administrator gave you a schematic. He says that the schematic is, may not be 100% accurate because the residents often make modifications to their own living spaces or any areas that they rent out, or bought or own. Yeah. So,
when we were coming up here, was there any way to match up where the heat signatures were with the map?
Right now your sensors are indicating like there's a low level of life support, so there's heating. So basically the temperature inside the station is just above freezing, which is noticeable.
I just meant if there were certain places that were hotspots or whatever, then
unfortunately your ship sensors and the drones inside the dock are not able to pinpoint like the heat signature of a bio or synth morph. Okay. So you would have to open doors and you could then detect it inside a hallway or something like that. But that would be perception versus or whatever the fuck the skill is called. Is it perception?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Perceive. It would be perceive versus infiltrate, basically, right, to read it versus background heat sources and shit like that.
Now, and from the missile I'd sent out, the sky missile, was there any movement on the outside or just destruction?
No. So yeah, but you found the maintenance entrances and you could tell the antennas were blown up. Yeah. So I'll just ask you what you're doing. So basically Mercy and Brinker or Pilgrim, are heading in to the station to set up the dockhead. The beachhead is what they're calling it. Basically resecuring the outer doors of the dock so they can close them. Then they're going to build like a clean tent around the door, the dock, and some other like clean room kind of tents and like equipment stations and shit like that. And also some sentry turrets as defense. So yeah, they're setting up to make their little base inside the dock. And clear it. So that's what they're doing. So Jinx, what do you want to do? Are you following, or are you going to do something? Are you going to take one of the maintenance tunnels on the outer surface?
I'm going to go in with them for now and, help set up the beachhead and then make my decision after we have an idea of what's going on.
Okay, sure. Killjoy, what about you?
I guess I'll go in with them on the whole safety in numbers.
Yeah, deal. Sure. Ancillary, what about you?
Yeah, I'll come in and hacking's my thing. If we can find access to a
Oh yeah, the mesh is
local
working.
terminal, yeah.
The mesh is enabled right now. Rutherford strongly suggests not accessing the mesh yet.
Yeah.
He will say, I will create a bridged version of the mesh you can access through. I will basically set up an independent machine that will have a firewall on it, and then you can use. I do not recommend using the mesh at all with anything personally connected to you. Instead, use one of these ectos, which is basically their fancy term for tablet/laptop, and do not have that device connected to anything else. Which obviously slows down your access speed, but if it's a digital virus, then it can't go into your brain that easily unless it's a basilisk hack. So that's what Rutherford's suggesting. But again, you can do whatever you want. And you can also just plug into the doors and shit like that too. Once you're physically in there, you can hack anything. Yay, the future. Then Hex, are you also following everyone else?
Hex has a nano detector, and also what's the gravity situation in the dock?
Microgravity. You're going to be floating the entire time. There's no gravity.
There's no gravity. Is there oxygen? Are we?
There, you don't know if there's oxygen. They definitely raised the temperature to be above freezing inside the station, but the dock itself the doors are open. It's space. It's vacuum. So
Okay, I've got a gear called Smart Hawk, which is used for surveillance and tracking, and I don't have any more information about this.
Smart Hawk is that okay? That sounds like a smart animal, probably.
Yeah.
Vehicles. Where are the?
I'm highly insulted by your robotic bird.
Oh my god. Let's see here. Swarm combat.
Yeah.
Robots. Combat robots. Yeah, they had a section for little creatures, but creatures. There we go. Smart animals. Smart Hawk. Yeah, that is a biological. That is basically a cybernetic, partially uplifted bioengineered. They have equivalent to a human toddler. They make for fun companions, and yeah.
I guess that's stay on the ship for now.
No, yeah, the Smart Hawk can definitely maneuver in microgravity. It's fine. You had time to custom make a little vac suit for it, so it can basically operate in zero GNN vacuum.
It's adorable.
Yeah,
Well, vac suit Smart Hawk.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let me guess. You gave it just enough intelligence that it couldn't fight for itself, right?
Oh no, it can fight. It has a beak.
No, I meant for its rights.
Oh yeah. No, it does not. Yeah, it's an animal. But it has its own gas propulsion system on its little thing. So yeah, you can bring that in if you want.
All right. So Hex is going to take their Smart Hawk, who needs a name because that little vac suit is adorable.
Boy, get emotionally attached to it. That's a good idea. I like it.
All right. No, I don't want to emotionally attached to anything. I just think it needs a name.
Okay.
So Smart Hawk is getting deployed. Just to give me and is that linked up? So do I have to link up with it through a
I assume all of you are basically in your own secret encrypted TACnet that you can all secretly communicate with each other at any given time.
All right.
Yeah. As long as you trust each other. Now, if one of you gets infected, then they can infect the rest of you through the TACnet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. Anyway, you all get, basically you jump through the space lock. Actually, everyone. What skill is it? I forgot if it's athletics or
free fall.
Is free fall still a separate skill, or is that? Yeah. All right.
Unless
give me a free fall.
Depending on what kind of mobility system, you might use pilot air. Like if you have a vector thrust.
You do. It was a gas propulsion. I will let you use either one, but you need, and I'll give you a plus 30 because this is easy. This is as calm as it's going to get. But give me free fall or pilot air with a plus 30 bonus for all of you.
Is it
athletics
just
wouldn't work
low
here?
Gravity or no gravity?
There's no gravity.
No gravity. Okay.
There's
By
not
the
going to
way,
be
I
gravity
am-
this entire adventure. Like this is entirely this asteroid habitat. The only way you get gravity is by spinning, and this thing is not spinning. It is not. Yeah.
I'm spamming the equivalent of Workers of the World Unite to the Hawk uplift.
Okay. Yeah, the hawk makes it. The hawk flies. That is the one thing it can do. I'm not you, but yeah.
I made
Yeah,
mine.
you
Well,
make
wait,
mine.
if you're letting the Hawk fly, do I get to fly it the same way?
You have to make a check.
Oh,
Yeah. So looks like ancillary does not make it unless they want to spend a
Uh,
point.
I do with pilot air and plus 30.
Okay. Damn, you're really good at pilot air then, huh?
Well, you
So
know,
what, if I
it's,
don't have free fall? What do I roll? Reflex,
Somatics.
somatics.
Yeah.
So is it 10 or is it 30? I've got two numbers for somatics.
Let's see. I would say
it would be the
it
base
would be-
rank.
Yeah, your base rank. So 5 plus 30, you have a 35% chance.
Okay. 5 plus 30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Plus 30 because of your gear. Like you and it's an easy jump.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
53.
All right. If you have a point of something you want to spend to flip it, you would make it. Otherwise, you will suffer consequences for having a terrible landing.
What would it be? A flex or a vigor?
Either one.
I'll take vigor.
Okay. So you barely make it. Does everyone else make it?
Yes.
Okay. So you all make it. And
The vomit didn't happen that close to them.
Sure.
Yeah.
so you all land separately. None of you crowd
Also
up. None of you hit any of the jagged surfaces
Been-
because there definitely has been violent, like I said, gunfire, like an
You're
explosion.
fine.
There's torn metal. There are metal shards floating around. Stuff that could definitely puncture a back suit, and none of you hit any of it. So good job. Mercy obviously expertly lands. Pilgrim is also an expert at free fall maneuvering. They've both done salvage ops before, and you get to work. So this will take a couple hours. You're going to establish manual control over the docks, like the dock doors, basically rerouting power and control away from the station so you can independently control it. And you set up a tent in front of the door as kind of like its own little airlock. So whenever you go inside this station proper, it will not put the dock at risk. You set up other little clean rooms. You don't have to make any checks to just do this. It's just a couple hours of work with all of you working together. You've actually rehearsed this multiple times in simulations, and it goes all according to plan. But you between the four of you kind of realize, yeah, there were definitely. You don't have to make a check to realize there was definitely gunfights in the dock in this, and someone made it concerted effort to make sure no one can get off the station. All the ships have suffered extensive damage into their drive systems and basically making them unable to fly. So someone with knowledge of ships sabotaged every ship here, the 3 ships that are here, including the one that showed up later, to make sure no one could leave. But there are no bodies, and there's precious little else in terms of evidence. There's also no sign of the Exsurgent virus. So, yeah.
No
suggest-
bodies, but what about smaller evidence? Like I could deploy my scout nanoswarm to look for
Okay.
fibers or chemical
Yeah, with
residues.
them, give me a perceive or an investigate check to find something.
All right. So they have a built-in knowledge, chemistry, medicine, forensics.
Well, that's just they'll be able to
Okay,
analyze
fine.
anything.
Perceive. All right. Yeah. 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 My own perceive is crap because I rely on my nanoswarms.
That they stay on the lookout for threats to the ship.
All right.
I mean, if you point out something that you can see, then yeah, you'll get information free because yeah, they have their own knowledges. But
Yeah.
like this, you don't know where it is, so you don't. You can't.
Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
Scout now swarm will systematically map and explore an area, sampling and chemically analyzing all materials and substances it encounters.
Okay.
Collecting forensic evidence about who recently visited and what has gone on there.
Okay.
I made my perceive check.
Okay. Well, you realize it's not just the dock itself. You should actually send them outside, in right near the dock, like outside on the edge. And so when you do that, you do pick up a hit of biological material, and it is you analyze it, and yeah, it is actually smart hawk DNA. Frozen, of course, but like it was embedded inside a cybernetic implant, or a fragment of a cybernetic implant. So it's basically like a cybernetic bone, and inside it is bone marrow. And yeah, it would correspond with the standard smart hawk model.
I relay the grim news.
Mm-hmm.
They're murdering birds and uplifts.
Yeah.
Wait, they just murdered my bird?
No, this is another one that was found on the edge of the dock, like DNA.
Just saying, you might want to keep a close eye on that bird.
Yeah, it's at the exact same model as your hawk, but a fragment of it was found. So yeah.
Oh, good. I was about to be really mad, but yeah, I guess. All right.
So yeah.
I guess Snowy is staying with me.
Okay. So at this point, you've established the beachhead. You can now enter the station. And at this point, Mercy is, going to take point and go in the main corridor and make sure that there's nothing scary. And then at this point, you have more independence at this point because there's a lot of work to do and there's not enough of you to do it all fast. So you can kind of choose what you want to do. You wander around all you want. Basically, yeah, Mercy's going to focus geographically. Just start from the beachhead and move their way gradually in. But you can just dive into the station. So Mercy opens the door with a big machine gun, actually a big plasma rifle, pointing down the hall. Doesn't see anything and just starts marching in. Pilgrim heads in next, starts analyzing the hallway itself. So yeah, they're just going to stay in this hallway and just look and start looking at the rooms next to the dock, which are storage rooms for supplies for ships and a fabber room. So not very important rooms, but a workshop and a storage room basically. So that's what they're going to, that'll take them like a day. Like this is months of work, by the way, assuming nothing bad happens. So, yeah, they're in no rush to head to the patient research, the Exsurgent research lab or living quarters or anywhere else. So, but yeah, you do all pick up. All of you can give me perception checks as you enter into the station proper.
Can I do the investigation check?
80
thing?
out of 90.
There is atmosphere in the station, by the way. There is air. By the way, you close the dock doors and establish an atmosphere inside the dock.
I guess it's about the same.
And there is an airlock in to get into the station. So actually, yeah, you don't reestablish. So the dock is still in vacuum, but the door is closed. But there's an airlock to get into the station proper. And when you get into the station proper, so there is atmosphere. It is very cold though. It is just about freezing. I mean, not by space standards. That's pretty warm actually. Anyways, Jinx, did you make your perception check?
Yeah, 80 out of 90.
Okay, Killjoy.
That depends on if I can use investigation.
No, this is just perceiving things, just like hearing and seeing things.
All right. Then no, unless
Okay.
it's to avoid surprise, in which case yes.
No, it's just yeah. So ancillary. Did you let's see. Oh, how do I damn it? Got a spam talker. Anyways, ancillary, did you make your perception check? Perceive check? And Axel.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
not directly. My spy swarm, which I also deployed.
Okay, yeah. All right,
no
then yeah, that's fine.
I'd like to make it instead of failing it, so I'd like to flip the roll or something.
Okay, yeah. Hex, did you make it?
And
Yep. Yeah. Actually, I got confused a little bit, but I think my first roll was 28.
Okay. Let's see here. So who is okay. So all of you hear things in the distance. And so between all of you kind of put together that there's multiple things somewhere deep in the station moving around.
Sure.
I'm also I have enhanced hearing. I'm capable of hearing high and low frequencies.
Okay. So it sounds like after you open the airlock door, going into the hallway, Mercy looks around. In the distance, somewhere like several corridors down, you kind of have a vague idea of which way. Something opened up, pushed aside a piece of metal. The metal slammed on the ground, and then you hear scratching sounds and then they kind of fade away. So something is moving around, but is now like something that was hiding under a piece of metal, push it away, and then is now like being stealthy.
Yeah.
So from that distance, you can't like detect them, but you can definitely let's.
Can I send a saucer drone or off to go see what that is?
You can, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna launch a saucer drone off in that direction and kind of chill here for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. And are the rest of you going to be waiting for what is it? Sensor drone?
Saucer drone.
Saucer drone. Okay. Yeah.
Or the Natbot, whichever one's going to be better in this situation.
Natbot. Thing about that's a very small bot. They'll be very slow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I figured I'd go with the bigger one.
All right. Yeah, that'll actually move around pretty fast. So let's take a look at the saucer. The fuck is the saucer? Okay, there we go. Movement. Yeah, 40 ionic. Yeah, it's pretty zippy. Let's see here.
All of this is launching out of a little backpack that's attached to a harness on there.
Okay. Let me make a couple of checks here. 100 a critical success or failure. I always fuck that up.
Success because it's 0, so it's a success. That's why it's
okay. Oh, it's all right.
That's a weird idea of calling it a 0 instead of 100.
Criticals. Okay. Let's rolls always critical set. Okay, yeah. So you're watching this through your eyes. All right. Give me a will save. Is anybody else watching this through TACnet?
Sure, why not? Sand loss is fun. Or
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a will times 3 for all of you.
I make it. I'm experienced at this.
All right.
Oh no, 40. Yeah, it's not a great.
Oh, it's a cat and it's coming for you. Ah!
That is terrifying to a gray parrot.
Let's see here. All right. Stress fee. Okay, yeah. If you make it, you don't take any stress. Did anybody fail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is 3 lucidity.
Or more, maybe. At a critical fail.
Oh, okay. Then it's 10.
I start with 20, so that loses half of that, huh?
Yeah, you're fight, flight, or freeze.
Flight.
Wait. Sorry, what are we rolling?
You basically who sent their saucer dart out?
I sent the sausage run out, Jinx.
Okay, yeah. So Jinx set it out because you heard sounds coming down from the corridor, and it rolled a critical success on its perceive check. So you see the thing come out of the hallway as it is stealthing towards your position, and you're all watching the feed, so you all saw the scary thing.
Is it actually a cat? What is it?
It is vaguely humanoid, and it's made out of faces.
Oh no!
And it is lots of different faces, all move like mouthing words. It has weapon. It has a kinetic assault rifle in its arms that are made of faces. And the faces are melting and growing and dissolving like just a fluid, like regenerating swarm of faces. Yeah, so it's pretty nightmarish.
Why
Yeah,
didn't I grab a plasma rifle? Why didn't I grab all the plasma?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's point mercy at that.
I'm going to. Can I use my Sai Chi to control behavior to not get freaked out by this fucking thing?
Yeah. I believe you can. So Hex, don't you have a special skill for that? That is a Psi chest. Let's make a Psi roll.
It's my Sai. Okay.
Yeah, which I
I
believe you
believe
have.
that's 75.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. What is with this bot wanting us all to be scared of this fucking thing?
All right. So yeah, so what happens to you when you do that? Because you fail, and let's see.
Well, I
here.
do have a mental disorder paramnesia that's triggered by the unknown.
Okay, yeah. Reduce enhanced behavior, sick behavior level 2 trait. All right. I'm just trying to think of how much what the infection mod is.
The infection is for Sai Chi. There is no infection level for Sai Chi.
Okay. All right, in that case, yeah, you are well, it's not helping you. Yeah. So
but do I have to make a roll now to resist being afraid? What was that?
Yeah, that's will times 3.
Will times 3?
Yep. That's the
Okay,
basic not be scared thing.
Basic not be scared thing. So that's 20. I guess it's 20, 60. Cool.
So you make it?
I don't know.
Okay.
42. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. In that case, every time an infection test equals your current infection rating modifier from the site. All right. So, okay. When do you get imposed? What is it? Okay, so only psi gamma infect increases. Okay. Unless they push. Okay, so unless you push, you don't have to worry about infection with Sai Chi. All right, good. So basically, yeah, so you're fine. Who is it? Killjoy freaks out?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So now we're just gonna go into combat. Because the thing, there are multiple more of them start coming out of the hallways. They're now that they've been detected, they're coming at you. Basically, the hallway goes into a 4-way intersection, and there's going to be 4 of them. Mercy is going to take down 1 or target 1, so you need to worry about 3, because Mercy has a single shot weapon or a semi-auto weapon, so she cannot shoot all of them before they get into melee range. But I'll give you all initiative first except for Killjoy. So I'll just ask Killjoy, what are you? What did you choose? Fight, flight, or freeze?
Flight. I'm running.
Okay. So you go back to you're trying to get back in the dock. The dock is locked. You cannot get back into the dock. Rutherford, you realize Rutherford has control over the dock doors and locked you in here. You have to find another way out because you're cornered now. There are 2 side rooms, a storage room and a fabber room. You could try and break into one of those.
Break into the fabber room.
Okay. What are you using to try and break into there?
Well, does it look like? Does it? I mean, how is it locked? Does it look like something you can shoot with a medium fire?
Yeah, you can try and shoot the lock off. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
right.
trying to be quiet right now. I'm freaked out.
Yeah. All right. Give me a firearms check. Or yeah.
Okay.
Is it firearms or kinetics?
Guns. It's called guns.
Okay. Yeah. Guns. Make gun.
It's the big fisty thing. I only have 1 fisty point. Is there gonna be any chance in between combats that we can get some of our pools back?
Yeah, you can rest after this one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna if I spend a vigor beforehand, I think I can get a +20 on this.
Okay.
I think, unless someone says I can't.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you definitely can.
Okay. All right. So, guns 80, still a fail. Not a critical failure, but I missed somehow.
Well, you just don't shoot the actual lock, the thing
Yeah.
that would open the door. So you're just spraying bullets into the wall, into the door, and you didn't critically fail, so no one gets hit by like a ricochet. But it's very loud. None of you can really hear anymore because someone's firing a full auto kinetic gun right next to you. So
teamwork.
Yes. Teamwork. So there's we'll say Mercy is shooting. There's 3 directions they're coming at you. Mercy's shooting on the west. There's 2 coming from the north and 1 coming from the east. So from your, again, straight hallway. So Jinx, what do you want to do?
First, I observe what the hell is that one doing, and then I fly up as high as I can just to avoid getting grabbed and sniper rifle the one coming from the north.
One of the ones coming from the north. Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a firearms check.
54 out of 70.
Okay, cool. Roll damage. They do not have armor on.
That is 3d10 plus 10.
Damn.
Yeah.
Big hole.
That would be 34.
34, damn. All right. Let's take a look, make sure what is their durability. They're pretty durable, unfortunately. But there we go. Yeah, you severely wound one. It staggers back. Even though they have ranged weapons, they are rushing your position, although they might change anyways. But you do get, yeah. So you sniper rifle single shot. I think semi-auto gets 2 shots around. But yes, sniper rifle definitely only gets 1.
I think it says SA, so I think.
Oh,
it's semi-auto, but...
okay. Then you would get another shot at the end of this. So basically, all of you get 1 shot. Then they'll get a shot, and then anybody with semi-auto gets another shot. So ancillary.
I have 2 medium pistols that pop out of on my weapon mounts, and they are both going to full auto.
Okay.
So pistol 1 is going to full auto for extra damage. That is just a success.
Okay.
I took a specialization in railguns.
Good job. Were you firing at the one that was already damaged? Or you're firing at one of the full health ones. Okay. All right. Roll damage.
Focus fire until they go down.
Yeah.
And so that's 4d10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is 21 damage.
Okay. That is enough to put it down. There are 2 left. Let's see here. Hex.
Hold on. extra. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Can't.
Yep. Hex.
So I have a personal defense rotocraft. Can I get that working for me?
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't have any stats attached to it, but hopefully.
That is in the gear section under robots, page 346. Is it personal rotorcraft? Let's see.
Is it a guardian angel?
Yeah, it's a guardian angel.
Okay.
Okay, those don't have ranged weapons by default, but they do have eelware, so you could shock it.
Yeah, you can ram it and shock.
I've got one of those as well.
Yeah.
And they can act on their own, independent of you.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna have my guardian angel take off after one of the ones that are barreling towards us, and then I'm going to take out my medium pistol and try and shoot it.
Okay. Go ahead. Are you both like there's two left, 1 and 2. Are you focusing one down with both actions, or are you splitting it up?
I'm focusing on taking down one if I can.
Okay, yeah. All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
60.
Does that make?
No, I'm 40. I'm 45.
All right, so the shot goes wide. The remaining 2 exsurgents get attacked. And one of them does get rammed into by the guardian angel. And boy, what does eelware do? I know in general what it does, but I need to hit the actual stats.
Right. Shock attack, page 219.
219. Okay.
Make a SOM check. Add your energy armor as a positive mod.
Okay.
If it is large or very large, it gets +10 or +30.
No, it's human size. So, all right. So it is going. What is its SOM? All right. So, all right. I'm gonna give it +20. All right. It does make that. So it does resist the shock. So
success means you are stunned for 3 action turns.
Damn. Okay. It does go down. Yeah.
Shock is pretty awesome when it works.
Yeah. All right. So your guardian angel does make contact with it and shock it. It does stop. The other one is going to raise its kinetic rifle, as I mentioned, and just spray all of you. So that is and it definitely hits with a 5. Let's see here. What does a assault rifle do? Combat.
Do we all roll fray?
Yeah, you'll all have to roll fray because
you just have to roll higher than a 5 and succeed.
Yeah,
remember that.
But your fray is halved for ranged weapons. So
success.
All right. Yep. Yeah. So your rank. Yeah. Roll a halved fray check, and you have to beat a 5. Okay. All right. Anybody who fails takes 19 damage before armor.
I somehow actually made it.
Okay. You did have it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. All right. Well, at least one person failed, I think.
Yeah, I failed.
No.
So I take 3 wounds on that.
You
No,
do
wait,
have
2 wounds. 2 wounds.
Yeah, say don't forget your armor. Yeah. So yeah, you get shot up fairly badly. It's not great. And yeah, the let's see here. So new round. Or no, everybody else with the semi-auto can go again. So
I don't have the vigor to spend on it, so I'm just going to spend my quick action to reload.
okay. Very good. Let's see here. Jinx, I think you had a semi-auto, or did you burst? I can't remember, or full auto. Jinx.
Oh, that was
Okay.
me. Yeah, I was saying
sorry.
I was.
All right, Killjoy. No, you burst on your attack roll too. You're full autoing. Yeah. So you're just spraying bullets into the door.
Yep. Like a hero.
So I think So I think everybody else. Yeah. So that's the end of the round. I think. So new round. Mercy is going to go first, and I'll have Mercy roll. They have an 80.
So is the plasma rifle still like an every other round thing, or is it different?
It's a single shot weapon, I believe. So it's like one shot around. I'd have to double check.
Huh.
Oh no, it's semi-auto. So actually, they would have got another shot anyway. Anyways, they hit. Roll. Let's see here. 40, 10. Yeah. Wounds the one that got tased. So, yeah. Let's see here. So new round. Jinx, you can take another shot.
Yeah. Is healing spray? Is that a quick action?
I would say that's a full action.
Okay, then I'll focus on shooting for now. Take another shot.
Okay. The one that is wounded or the one that is unwounded?
The unwounded.
All right.
1 out of 70.
I believe that's a critical. Let's see here. No, it's just a regular success. So yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
That would be 26.
All right, that's a light wound. Well, no, pretty substantial wound, but these things don't seem to feel pain. And Killjoy, if you have more ammo, you can shoot again.
Okay, well, I'm not really sure how much I have. 15 plus 1. Does that mean I have a total of 16 shots?
Yeah. So I think you can do a burst fire. You can't do a full auto, but a full auto does 10 rounds.
Okay. SABFFA.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Just opening. I'll say yeah. You're putting a bunch of damage in there. So yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I'll roll. So am I still trying to open a door, or am I shooting at the monsters now?
You're shooting at the door. You're still trying to get out. You're still trying to escape.
Okay.
You're just shooting the shit out of the door. You're putting a lot of bullets into it, compromising the door. It's yeah. So good job. Let's see here. Ancillary.
Okay. I will full auto at the one who didn't get shocked.
Okay. Yep.
That's the main threat.
Mm-hmm. Now both of the at this point they're both wounded, but yeah. So yeah, the one that's not been shocked is
because it's not going to be doing much for a round or two.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
So.
Mm-hmm. Go and roll damage.
Okay, that's 23.
Okay. It is still up, but barely. It has like 2 durability left. Hex.
Hi there. So we've still got 2 nasties.
Yeah, one is stunned from and plasmid, and the other one is barely up. But if you don't drop it this action, it will attack.
All right. So the stunned
Would you
one
say
is.
they're adjacent to each other?
They're coming down different corridors.
Okay, sorry.
I'm
Remember,
tempted
you're
to
at a
go.
4-way intersection. The stun one is coming from the north. The other one is
I'm
coming from
tempted
the
to go
east.
after the one that's stunned because I feel like I'd get a better shot at it, but because I've got like a less than 50-50 chance to hit each one.
Well,
But
it doesn't matter. I mean, like, there's a guardian angel in the way too, so like it's gonna be, unless you aim, it's gonna be the same. Like, it's
all right,
gonna
Yeah,
be a
you could
base
aim
attack.
as a quick action for +10.
I'm aiming as a quick
Um,
action.
Okay.
You can also choose to full auto for a +30 instead of for extra damage.
Okay. So we're worried about the one that isn't stunned right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pump some ammo into that full auto and aimed.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even need to.
All right. Yeah.
23.
That will put it down because it only had 2 durability left. I think you can do at least 2 points of damage with the full auto burst. And yeah. Let's see here. So you kill you and then Mercy finishes off the other one that was stunned. You wiped out 4 exsurgents that were of a type none of you have seen before, because they seem to be humanoids made out of faces. And
I think we found where the people went.
At this point there's a radio burst that comes on. Let's see here. It is
Do I come back to my senses?
yeah. Okay, yeah. It is the voice Killjoy. You recognize a voice coming on the PA system. It is Dan, the Argonaut scientist. Kind of like, "Hello, is someone there? Oh my god, I heard gunfire. Is the rescue crew here? Oh god, I'm trapped in a but I'm isolated. I'm clean. Come help."
Kinesics.
Yeah, go ahead.
30 under 70. I made it.
Yep, it sounds like him. Sounds like he's scared.
Well, it sounds like him, but everything here is clearly fucked.
Yeah.
I guess we go try and.
So at this point, Mercy is like, well, I guess we know what happened, but I'm not changing my plans if this is all they can offer. I'm going to be setting up more defenses, but these things look like bitches. They look like punks, easy to kill. But out of character, I am going to get some more water because I'm out of water. So I will be right back. But you all can talk amongst yourselves about what you want to do next.
Yeah.
Who was the character that was going after the patient, or like was Firewall's person checking up on that?
Hang on, I'm looking.
I'm missing that in my notes.
You mean one of the NPCs?
Yeah.
Mercy is the one who's going to secure data. I don't know. Rutherford is the one who seems like an expert on exsurgents. Whirligig's the pilot, and Pilgrim is a brinker. In a sense, more. That's like
Rutherford didn't come on with us, right?
I know. Whirligig's back at the ship. Rutherford, yeah, he might not have. Rutherford is. Yeah, well, Rutherford's probably on the better end of this locked door that we can't get through. Yeah, he's probably on the other side of it.
Okay. I'm wondering if he's a concern.
I mean, I've thought about that, but the thing is, if he is, we're so screwed anyway.
Yeah.
He totally could be.
We could try to hack back through the door or find another way. We have a good map of the maintenance. We could leave outside and come back inside elsewhere.
I just want I want to get through this door. Sorry, I shooting up the door during a firefight, but I want to get through this door and fab some plasma rifles. Mm-hmm. Why do I have this stupid pistol? Why don't I have a plasma rifle? That's what I
don't suppose anybody has healing and xenobiology skills, right?
I doubt it. I mean, I know I don't have xenobiology.
Afraid not. Most of my skills are related to crime and to people. And
Yeah.
so far
Veterinary
we've
science.
encountered neither of those things.
I think it would be neat if we could suggest swapping out a couple of these knowledge skills for something irrelevant. But I didn't think of that until those sessions started.
By the way,
Well,
Because
Hex,
it's my fault for playing a Sunward character for a Rimward kind of situation.
yeah,
Hex, I hope you've been seeing the messages I've been sending to your hawk.
They are delightful.
All right, I'm back. Is everyone else back?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So basically, at this point, you're only getting text messages from Rutherford because now you are all suspect. Rutherford has very lengthy quarantine and cleaning procedures, like the Guardian Angel's suspect. Let's see here. Jinx is suspect because they got shot. Yeah, but again, there's no hierarchy. You can't do anything you don't want to do, but
Well,
they
there's
don't
no
have to let you back
hierarchy.
on the ship either. So
Yeah, there's no hierarchy, but we're on the wrong side of the locked door. So
yeah. Yeah, so that is kind of what you signed up for.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to prove that the station is clear before they're going to let you out, unless you want to bypass them. Everything. Yeah, so we're now in dicey territory.
I'm not trying
yeah.
to get out, but I would nice if I can get in where this Faber is. I mean, it's probably broken.
Yeah, now you can. You have to roll now that you're out of combat. You've calmed down. You can get inside. Yeah, there's a Faber.
Yeah,
And some materials. Yeah.
How long does it take to make a plasma rifle?
Like a day.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about a smaller weapon?
Like, I don't know. What a knife takes like 10 minutes.
I don't know, some kind of something larger than a pistol, like a rifle, just a regular semi-automatic rifle.
Like 6 hours. Like, I mean, it's a pretty.
A while.
It's a big object to make. Sorry, what?
Could he grab the one off the guy that we just killed?
Yeah, sure. Of course you can.
There you go.
By the way, I assume, given that none of you have any veterinary skills, can I go ahead and apply the healing? Can I go heal the healing spray on myself and use the medicine?
You don't have to make a check to use healing spray. That's the literal advantage of healing spray is that it's you spray it. That's it. That's all you have to do.
It's like Pokemon.
And is that both wounds or just one wound? I wasn't sure on that.
It's several wounds, but it does. I mean, it's just abstracted. Like it just heals X amount. Whatever it says in the rules.
It's so many minutes, but I figured we were.
Yeah. No, you can also do a short rest, so you all get 1d6 points of pool back. So you can each roll a d6, and that's how many points, and you can allocate those as you see fit. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to my short rest. I've only used one flex so far. Can I start hacking the station? Do we have our ectos set up for that yet?
Yeah, you do have an ecto each, so you can plug it in and infosec it through that. So yeah, I'll just go from right to left. So Hex, what are you doing? Do you know?
Hex is well, I think Hex is right now. This is like the only person that has actually reached out to them so far. So whether or not this is a trap, let's take precautions. But it's also like the only person that Hex can actually get a read on now that Rutherford is no longer around to scan their mind and see what's going on in their freaking heads. I really should have thought about getting a read on our contacts before we went into a situation where they could lock us in, but c'est la vie.
Yeah,
so I think we're going after this Argonaut.
Okay. So yeah, you're gonna start heading off in the direction that Dan told you where he was.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's in a secondary lab, not associated with the patient, but like actually, we'll say it's not even a lab. It's a hydroponics module for the biomorphs on the station. So, all right. So Hex is going off that way. Let's see here. Ancillary, what about you?
I would like to start hacking my way into the station.
Okay. Yeah, give me an infosec check. You don't have to brute force it. You can just make a standard infosec check because you have all the time you need. And this will be opposed though, because there is always
that's 2 superior successes.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. All right, you're in. You're in the thing. So that takes you some time to establish contact, but you're in the station, network infrastructure network. Or what were you trying? I mean, there's multiple systems, right? Like, what are you trying to hack first?
My main thing is I would like to get access to any surveillance systems that are running.
Okay, yeah.
If I can get remote access to doors.
Actually, that's pretty easy. It's not a surveillance system. It's called a surveillance system, which is basically the surveillance system that everyone accesses and can use. So, like, everything in the Eclipse space has fucking embedded sensors and cameras and shit like that. And it's a brinker habitat outside of living space modules, private modules. Which are specifically excluded from it. So there's no like cameras to look into individual living quarter rooms. Every other space is supposed to have that. However, it's been wiped in like not just wiped, but like the entire firmware of the surveillance system has been destroyed. Like you can access it, you can access that thing, and then there's literally nothing responds to your commands. Someone went in there and disabled all surveillance, all cameras, all the archives. They specifically did not want anyone to ever find out what happened here or to anyone to be able to monitor. So in order to, you have to set up your own cameras and shit like that. So basically, which you do that's what Mercy and Pilgrim are doing, but they, have only done this hallway and the dock. So that takes you some time, but yeah, you find out someone made a specifically concerted effort to disable all of this shit. So, which is not great. That's not great. So that takes you some time while Hex is going that way. Killjoy, you are wanting to fab something? Or not? Or did you give up on that, or do you want to?
Yeah, no, I gave up on that because it's all going to take like 6 hours.
For a big gun, like a small gun will take like an hour.
Yeah, well, if we have time, I guess I'll.
You can set it to start going and then just pick it up when it's done.
Yeah, sure. Maybe a weapon for later. Also, maybe some ammo or so. I'm using weapons as a coping mechanism because it's just the one gun skill. So presumably I have the same kind of shitty chance to hit with any of these. So
yeah, sure.
I lost half my lucidity in one go.
Yeah, no, it was pretty to be trapped like cornered in a you were trapped, like you had nowhere to go, and yeah, obviously having more guns, you could just get a more like one use weapon, like grenades, a landmine, an explosive, there's a lot of things you could do. You could also build a sprayer with let's see here. Come on. Spray weapons.
Is it like a Roomba landmine that it's just a little bot that drops?
You could build a freezer, which is basically a big foam gun that fast hardening foam that immediately hardens. Yeah.
I'd like one of those too. I'd probably be safer with one of those right now in case I shoot friendlies again or something. Well, I haven't done it yet, but I feel like I'm going to.
Okay, so you can build a freezer, but that'll take some time. That'll take an hour or two. An hour to build a fully loaded freezer.
Okay, but I also picked up some kind of semi-automatic weapon off of one of these dead people.
Yeah, they're kinetic assault rifles.
Yeah.
Give me another lucidity check.
Is that my new lucidity?
Well, you're picking up a weapon covered in the blood of an exsurgent.
Oh yeah, that's a detail.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Can I pick it up with special gloves and stick it in like an
You're wearing a
autoclave?
vac suit.
Yeah, okay. Special gloves.
Yeah.
Can I stick it in some kind of a cleaner thing, like just cleans all the goop off of it?
If somebody Pilgrim does have cleaner nanoswarms, but they take an hour to
Well,
clean something like that. Like
all right, but it was gonna take an hour for the freezer anyway, so
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
do
you can. You Pilgrim will do that for you. Yeah.
does that
You
spare
just-
me the lucidity check?
Yeah, because you're
And
not. Yeah.
yeah. And what was I gonna have if I'd rolled it? What would I have to roll? My lucidity is 10 right now. Is it
Well, it's
See,
your
that's
will
all-
times 3. It's always going to be
okay.
your will times 3. Yeah.
right? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You do that, and so you ask him to do that. You get the fabber started. What are you going to do? Ancillary is hacking the system. Hex is going off to check on Dan. Are you going to go?
Yeah, I'll go with Hex. Dan's supposed to be my contact, so I hate leaving my growing weapons here, but
Yeah.
gotta-
All right. And Jinx, what about you? The healing spray only takes a minute to put on.
First, in terms of, can I do like a perceive, or would it be investigation to look? Given what Pilgrim and them are doing to set up, is there signs that any other groups have come in and done these steps before?
That would be investigating. That'll take you some time. Actually, do you want to spend a point of flex?
I have one. Let's go for it. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, you have a flashback of. Let's see here. Okay, you have a flashback of coming into this exact same corridor before, but there's less scorch marks and bullet holes. In fact, it looks brand new, like an intact station. And you're here with the other 3. And you are you just had the sense of doing this before. Give me is this something? How are you responding to that? Is this something that you're just like, oh, that's just weird, or you got to be thinking about it?
I mean, this is not, I'm an experienced gate crasher. This is not the weirdest thing I've been through. I have a suspicion of what's going on.
Do you? Well, in that case, give me a will save.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Damn humans just using us to their own ends.
That's 2 lucidity.
All right.
And what's your theory?
Firewall just keeps sending me into this.
Why would Firewall do that?
Parrot's life.
Yeah. If that's true, then maybe you should go off to the left.
My
way,
plan is
your
I'm
2
gonna
other
go
agents are
after-
going off to the right. But yeah.
that's what I'm going to do. So my plan is, now we know that it goes after humans. I don't know that it goes after uplifts yet. So I'm going to try to find Beaker.
Okay. So you're going off to find Beaker. Let's see here.
I'll infiltrate that way. Try to use as many corridors and
Okay.
dark shadows as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do Killjoy and Hex heading down to rescue Dan. And let's see here. Okay. All right. So the 2 of you get to the both give me perceive checks to see if you're being stalked or if there's anything nasty. Yeah. It's Killjoy and Hex.
Right. Yes. Sorry.
Of course.
So I'm doing another perceive.
Yeah. You're going down to the hydroponics module, which is like you have to go. It's a big station. Like you have to go a ways. You have to float around, and
Well,
unless
it's
you
good
use
that
it.
I've got my perception up pretty high here.
Yeah.
But 2. Nice.
Okay. And Killjoy.
Yeah, I made mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see clearly that there has been multiple struggles. This station, classic signs of an exsurgent outbreak. Impromptu barricades, gunfights, scorch marks. Not really blood stains. You're in 0G. But there are floating blood like drops every once in a while. It's just above freezing, so there's still liquid. But yeah, there's no body parts or anything though. Nothing like that.
It doesn't make it better.
Okay.
They're obviously taking these bodies and turning them into horrors to stock the station.
That's why it doesn't make it better that there's a lack of body parts.
Yeah. So there are the two of you get to the hydroponics module. There's Dan is in there. He has control of the PA system. So but you sort of just, he doesn't know. He doesn't say anything out there. You're not really making a lot of noise right now.
So can we, if he's in the next room over or something, can we talk to him on the intercom system or PA system?
Yeah, you can just knock on the door and yell through the door.
Yeah.
There's no the intercom is broken. You probably disabled the intercom, so but yeah, you knock on just knock on the door and you can hear a voice on the other side. Hello?
Hi.
Hey
Could
there,
you
Dan.
let us in? We're here to rescue you.
Hi, Dan. It's Killjoy. Guy named at the door.
Oh my God, Killjoy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you made it! Thank God. Well, hold on.
You know this guy, Killjoy?
Yeah. He's my contact here. I'm just concerned about this whole thing.
Yeah. Look. Okay. So I'll let you in. But you'll have to come in slowly so I can scan you to make sure you're not one of them. Okay. No sudden movements. All right. I've got a weapon. Okay. And we pointing at you. So I'm just going to open the door. You just come in with your hands up. All right.
Right.
Okay. All right. So the door opens. It reveals a hydroponics facility. Most of the plants are dead. Some of them are still alive. It's noticeably warmer than the rest of the facility. It looks like it had its own power source or batteries or something that kept it going. There's little automated drones still tending to some of the plants. You can see Dan is off to the side, hunkered behind a makeshift barricade. And he's got a railgun pointed at both of you, a railgun assault rifle. And so, yeah, he has a little bot floating nearby. So he says, get in here so I can close the door. So do you comply?
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So the two of you comply. He goes in and he has his bot doing a little scan of you. And he's monitoring the results on a little ecto while he's looking, switching between looking at the little ecto and looking at you two. Both of you, give me kinesics checks if you want.
Absolutely. I'm 19.
Okay.
I think I made mine.
Okay. Yeah, he seems very nervous. He seems very, harried, tired. He's in a biomorph. I'd say it's a hybrinoid, like basically one of the biomorphs designed for deep space living, long periods in cryogenic sleep and that kind of thing. But hardy, used to cold temperatures. But yeah, he's thin, malnourished. Obviously been using a lot of stimulants to stay up, and he's fortified this place and sort of kept it seemingly intact. So
I've got a medium fabber. I can fab medium items. Is it possible I can give this guy some food?
That would be a maker. Fabbers make inorganic objects, like
Ah.
tools. Like it's basically a fancy 3D printer. But makers are what are the things that make food and shit like that. I would say you would have rations with you if you're in a biomorph, which you are. So you could
Yeah.
give him some of your rations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him. Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, you looking like you haven't eaten in a while.
Okay,
So-
put
You
it
hungry?
on that tray there, over there, very slowly, and I'll scan it. Okay, this will just take about like 10 minutes. Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Dan,
You take
while
your
we're
time.
waiting,
Yeah.
can you start to tell us what happened here?
Yeah, I think it was that fucking the Exsurgent lab, right? Like I don't know where it broke out. Things just started. Everything was fine, and then suddenly it wasn't. And I work in here, right? Like I um work in botany, deep space, zero microgravity botany, and so I kind of just was already here, and I shut myself in, and I figured out I've sent out some nano engineering bots to so I could listen in through the PA system, and I've just been using that. So the heat of this place is kind of running on autopilot, so like nobody noticed me. Yeah.
Well, Dan, we all appreciate your work on space potatoes. I know that's not what they're really called. That's just a nickname for them, but very
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
So anyways, you two are doing that. Ancillary, you finished hacking and you found out that the someone's disabled all the security cameras and shit like that. And everything was scrubbed. It was very purposeful and thorough. But you dig, so you found that out. You can switch over to other basic systems, without having to make a check. But yeah, what do you want to do next?
Well, if I can't get direct access to cameras, maybe I can get some indirect information. Look for areas that still are like consuming power.
Okay, yeah, power usage, yeah. So there are 4 modules that are getting a lot of power. Hydroponics, the power plant, which makes sense. And let's see here, a body bank slash sleeving facility. And let's see here, one of the living quarters, one of the common areas of a living quarter, like basically like the kind of place that would be used as a meeting space for residents there, yeah. So those areas are getting a lot of power above the minimal. So yeah, those are the areas. So Jinx, you're searching for your buddy, and you know what living quarter section he was in. And Ancillary, are you sharing this information with the others?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I think that Killjoy has the right idea of trying to shut off power to the sleeving facility because it seems like a good thing.
Because that could be a monster generator, basically. That's a bad idea.
Exactly.
Okay, to do that would be an infosec check at -20. That is more hardened than like accessing data is fine, but like actually changing something would be and that'd definitely be opposed.
Okay.
So do you want to do that?
Try.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So infosec -20.
That's a success.
All right. That was a critical failure on their part. So yeah, you shut it down. And then yeah, let's see here. All right, you do that. So Jinx, you are trying to figure out where your contact is, right? The beaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You do
Quietly, given what I've run into.
Okay, give me an infiltrate check.
Did I get any bonuses for being small? I wasn't sure on that. Don't need it. 35 out
I
of
mean,
70.
it's more based on heat in this place than it is on size, right? Like,
35 out of 70. So
okay, you do make it. All right, don't mind this check. Yeah, don't mind that at all.
won't look at it.
Yeah. So, you do know the out of the areas that were mentioned, Beaker actually lived in his living quarters were next to that common area that's still receiving a lot of power. So that would be a place to look for him. Maybe he turned that into a little safe house and is sheltered up there.
Okay, I will head towards that.
Okay. So you head there, and it's a big station, but you're fast, and it's not that big that you can't get there pretty soon. So you get there, and
I am being cautious, so Natbot's ahead of me before I enter a room and proceed.
Okay. Two. Bots. Okay. All right. And what is your perceive?
90.
Okay. All right.
And plus 10 to avoid surprise.
Okay. Okay. So a couple things happen at once.
Okay.
First off, a jammer kicks in, cutting you off from everything. All of you know that Jinx just goes off the network. Just goes dead. There's no response. Two, all of your Natbots just what can a Natbot do?
It's just it's a single rotocraft. It would just be flying in front of me, so it just probably falls.
No, they actually turn around and you lose the feed. Someone hacked them, is your only guess.
Oh gosh.
And two, but because you are very good at detecting things, much better than sneaking, it turns out. You see there's no way to put it, it's you. You're flying at yourself. And you are and your claws are out, but looks like they have been sharpened. So you were not surprised by it, but yeah. You are trying to make contact with yourself, so you don't have time to get your sniper rifle out. So yeah, give me a fray check.
Critical success.
Damn. All right, that beats that. So you managed to dodge out of the way. And you the other you says, how dare you, this is my life, I'm gonna get the fuck no. They're not happy to see you. Yeah.
You failed to protect the hawk in your version. I'm gonna do better than you.
Oh shit. All right. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Pistol shots at the other me. Well, wait. Let me think about this.
You gotta choose now. This is
yeah. No, I'm just wondering if I have. No,
gotta act.
Can I do?
Yeah.
A kinesics to understand. I give myself an idea based on the body language. Could I talk him down?
You would have to spend your action to do that.
Yeah, I'm saying, would that?
Okay. Yeah.
Expect me to
Yeah.
for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will do that. Pass the kinesics.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Is the other me crazed or?
There is murder in their eyes. They want to kill you. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see here. You That is they're going to make another athletics check to try and touch you.
Is it Moxie to try to go first?
It would be vigor to go first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have any vigor. All right.
They make their athletics. You can give me a fray at full. You need to beat a 47.
39. Not gonna beat it.
Nope. So let's see here. That is going to be. Yeah.
Remember,
All right.
remember, it's 50% of that because I'm small.
Yeah. No. I mean, you're the same size, so it balances out.
Okay, so that doesn't count then.
No, not against a small thing.
Right,
I don't.
it's just the same size you are.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's how it would have been D&D
Claws would
3.5.
be ineffectual against each other.
Yeah. You can do that. So, yeah, that punctures your suit. Give me a let's see here. No, that's wrong one. Give me a Psalm ×3 check.
Okay. Pass.
Okay.
29 out of 60.
All right. You feel cold. Yeah. So, new round. What are you gonna do next?
I'll shoot. Now I'm shooting.
Okay, you draw your gun. Your gun has been remotely disabled. Someone knows
My
your
pistol?
passwords. Yeah.
Not the sniper rifle, the pistol.
Yeah, the pistol. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Wow. All right.
Oh wait.
Claws
Yeah,
and
that's
beaks.
part of your character sheet. Yeah.
Yeah. It is part. All right, claws and beaks. We're going at this.
Yeah.
How long from when he goes off the mesh for someone to go look for him?
Well, that's a good question. We'll finish out this round of combat. Well, no, you spend your action trying to use your gun.
Actually, no. Wait. Can I do athletics to try to get the hell away from me?
But you already you spent your action drawing your gun and shooting. Nothing happened. So that was your action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's going to try and claw you again. And it rolls a 9, so you can roll fray.
Amazing.
All right, you do dodge out of the way. So that's the second round. So now, let's see here. The three of you, Killjoy, Ancillary, and Hex. It's been a full minute since Jinx dropped off the TAC net. Let's see here. Killjoy and Hex are in the hydroponics module, talking to Dan, being scanned by him for signs of the Exsurgent virus. And Ancillary's still near the dock in the corridor, just hacking away. So Ancillary's the closest. So Ancillary, yeah, I'll ask you first. All three of you can talk to each other. You're still in network. But yeah,
I'm just a little distracted because I looked at the private chat and I'm seeing these screeds from Jinx about to my Smart Hawk. Like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to be responding to that? So I need to just take a moment to okay.
Freedom, fellow bird, freedom.
Yeah.
We've just seen Jinx drop off the tactic. Did they manage to say anything before they got off? Or they got attacked?
They were heading towards the living common space that was receiving power.
Okay.
And Jinx, were you telling them why you were going there? You were looking for your contact. Did you
I
share
probably
that?
Screamed out, "Oh God, this isn't the first time we've done this. I'm gonna find Beacon."
No, you didn't see until after you went silent. Like you went silent before you saw your doppelganger. So
no, because that was before when I was looking at the signs of. Remember, I spent the flex to have.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, you know that he was heading to that area. You know what general area he was in when he went dark. Yeah.
Okay. One of our teammates has just gone dark, going towards the living quarters.
Yeah, I'll go check it out. I'll have my my own guardian angel going like 20, 30 feet in front of me as we
Okay.
fly down the corridor.
Give me a free fall check. I assume you're trying to go fast.
Yeah, piloting because I'm using my vector thrust.
Okay, yeah. Then piloting, yeah, sure.
That's a superior success.
Okay. You'll get there fairly quick. But I'll take you at least 2 more rounds before you get eyes on that area.
Okay.
So let's see here. Jinx. Let's see here. New round. What are you gonna do? You can claw back at this point. Yeah.
Try flying back as quickly as I can away from myself.
Okay. That would be let's see here.
Athletic?
Free fall. Yeah, free fall or yeah.
Oh, because the gravity's out in this room now?
No, there's no gravity. That's why it's free fall.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Is it so I'm using pilot, right?
Yeah, piloting air would be fine too. Yeah.
All right. Success.
Okay. All right, so you start running away from yourself.
Well, flying away from myself, screaming, "I've gone insane! Help me!"
Okay. Your doppelganger retreats. Yeah, let's see here. All right. Inflict. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah. So ancillary, you come back. You catch up. You can see Jinx with blood coming out of a wound in their back suit, a puncture wound of some kind, and in the living space area. Yeah.
Can I reestablish mesh contact with him?
Yeah, the network goes back up pretty shortly
Okay.
after that. The jamming cuts out.
There's
All
another
right.
me from a previous run, and it's trying to kill us.
There's another you.
All right,
Yeah,
everyone, give me a
because
lucidity check. Give me a will times 3.
Wait, do I have
Oh.
to now?
Yeah, all of you. Yeah, especially you, Jinx. Yeah, I should have had you do that earlier. Yeah.
Well, I did do that earlier. That's why-
Okay, yeah. Then the other 3 of you have to do that.
23. What's my will again?
I'm good.
So am I rolling against 20 or 20 times 3?
It's your will score times 3. A will check.
So 6. So I got below it.
Okay, yeah, then you're fine. Did anyone fail?
Spending a point to not fail. I just have to figure out which one. I have to
Okay.
spend.
Flex or I think it's Moxie.
Yeah, it looks like so it has to be flex. I'll spend a point of flex. I don't have
Yeah.
any max. Okay.
Okay.
So then I made an 18. So
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, you all make it then. And you you're all caught up with each other. Let's see, Killjoy and Hex are still being scanned by Dan, the hydroponics module, but ancillary, you have eyes on Jinx, and Jinx looks very freaked out and is wounded.
Okay.
Lucidity was just to avoid feeling scared.
Well, like Jinx told the rest of you that, you were here previously, and he was just attacked by a version of himself.
And we don't remember that.
plausible.
Nope. Firewall certainly didn't tell you.
It's
Which
not our
means
first run, and I got ready
Firewall-
for a high score on this one.
Well,
Yeah.
Firewall has deployed forks of us without our knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that seems plausible at this point, but
I think it
It's
just means
weirder.
that some of your
Or
stacks
someone's
are
somehow-
still here.
Yeah.
Mine is currently in me, the other me. and that one wants to kill us. I don't blame it. I'm not a fan of you all, except that hawk. But it's we shouldn't let it stop our mission.
Okay. Well, knowing that it disabled your gun, I think we should all update our passwords.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. That's a good idea.
Okay, yeah, that takes you a
Oh,
minute. That's pretty
Does
easy.
that mean that the Smart Hawk we found in the vent is another version of my Snowy?
That's what it implies. I don't know if it's true or not.
Uh,
I feel like we know what might be going on here, but it's still pretty. I mean, everything is so sus. It's still hard to really be sure what's happening yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah. Are you gonna do anything else?
I
Well,
want. I'm going to go up to. We found our. So Mercy's still in the back there.
Yeah.
Mercy hasn't been going with us.
No. Mercy is basically they are just cleaning like they're just gonna take them like every 12 hours to clear a room, right? Or like they're setting up, they're cleaning out the fab room, the storage room next to the docks right now. They're gradually retaking it room by room. Like they're not they're staying near the docks, and that is their plan, to be slow and methodical. So by the way, Hex and Killjoy, you Dan finishes scanning you and says, "Okay, you're clear." I'm so glad. Is there a rescue ship? I don't know if anybody else may. I've heard sounds out in through the PA systems. Never gunfire, but there are things moving around. I don't know what they are, but I just want to get it the fuck out of here. At this point.
Hex goes right up to him
Okay.
and says, "I need you to tell me exactly what's happened.
Yeah.
What have you not seen us before?"
No.
Because
Have you seen you before?
I mean, I've seen. Sorry, whose contact was it? This was Killjoy's, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah, he's seen Killjoy before, but yeah.
you've seen Killjoy before. Is this the first time you've seen him on the station?
Killjoy, have you ever been on the station before? That's just a role playing thing. You were not. Were you here before the attack? Before it
Sure,
went
just
dark?
to make it more confusing. Yes.
Yeah, he came here like a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
With a team like us?
No, just them.
Okay. I really this guy is this guy actually on the up and up? Like, because it could be that his memories are edited, maybe maybe the scenario has repeated himself, or maybe he's been hiding in a hole this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's someone is pulling the wool over our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I do to try and get some answers here? I've got kinesis, I've got psychology, and I've got mind hacks.
You already made a kinesics checks on him. He seems credible. But he could just be a very good liar. You don't know. Obviously, it's just like you're literally just watching his reactions and press X to doubt kind of stuff, right? Like it's not foolproof. Even if you critically succeed on a roll, you could just you don't know much about the Exsurgent virus. You don't know much about like how it works. You don't know what can be done. Like unless you had that knowledge. If you had a knowledge about Exsurgent virus or the Exsurgent.
I mean, I do have knowledge about mind hacks.
Yeah, you can give me a knowledge mind hack check.
Yeah, just in case there's any kind of telltale signs of something. 86.
Okay, yeah, you know what you know. So
the one thing that like gives me an edge here is something that will work against me later, which is my async skills. If I start gaining of infection, that's going to be readable. Ruther is going to be reading that on me later. And
maybe.
Other people like these characters might be able to detect it.
Possibly, yeah.
If you to assume there'll be a later.
I will say for free that both of you know that there's so little known about the Exsurgent virus, and there's so many exceptions that even experts can be fooled and miss things or get false positives. Like it's it's the Wild West. Like no one fucking knows how this shit works. It doesn't make any sense. Like the more you study the shit, the less it makes sense. Like so
It could be that they're testing for this one distinct strain, but then how would they know what strain we're dealing with in the first place?
Mhm.
All
Yep.
right, then. I think it's time for us to either bug out or get straight answers from these people. So I'm going to go and look for Mercy.
Okay, are you just leaving Dan in the hydroponics module? He
Wait,
wants
I
you to
have an
take him
idea.
out. He wants to get out off the station. He wants to be
Mercy
Yeah,
might not be
I told Dan
involved
to
in
do
this. So here's my idea for what the timeline was. The station goes dark. The call is put out for somebody to go look. We are recruited. Firewall also happens to have this pirate ship closer and sends us basically twice. Our other selves get here first because they're closer. But it wouldn't necessarily involve any of the other non-firewall NPCs that are here. So let's be careful about letting them know that there's more than one of us here.
I'm still not sure that that's exactly what happened. Like, I'm not saying that didn't happen. Just imagine how unlikely it would be that they just happened to send exactly us here before. Either we were sent here before already, and then that was real us that died, and we're something else I don't really want to think about, or something's just playing a trick on us, and we weren't actually here before yet.
Okay, that's a possibility. I'll say the fact that it instantly hacked Jinx's gun
I mean, yeah,
is
sure.
a point of evidence. I mean, it could be, Titans can hack anything. And who knows about Exsurgent.
So, like, maybe we're not real, and we were real before, and we died already, and now it's fucking with us. So, for some reason, I don't know. But like, it took 4 months to get here, right? So,
I just don't think we should tell Mercy or anybody else who's not part of Firewall yet that we've encountered ourselves.
All right.
So
How
far,
we go with
for the record, only one of us has encountered themselves.
That's true.
It could get worse any moment now, but so far, just one.
Maybe Jinx was fork-napped years ago.
I mean, yeah, technically, you guys saw me disappear, and then you don't even know that the one that came back is the me.
Yeah,
it's good that you're casting doubt on yourself. we were really lacking
real advanced strategy among us.
Yeah, and just increasing the paranoia. This is so fun. So let's go with we've got a person who's reading is clean and who's in need of extraction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to.
He cleaned. He said you were clean. You haven't done anything to detect anything on him.
Hey Dan, we would like to get you out of here, but could you use your?
Don't use his. We should have ours. We should have our own.
Yeah. Just let Rutherford take care of it.
Rutherford provided us with a MacGuffin to check him out.
Can we check in with Rutherford?
You can send text messages to him. Sure.
Hey,
send a text.
Yeah. Okay.
Text message to Rutherford. We have a survivor here in need of rescue. Can we open the docking doors?
Sure. Yeah, I can. I was expecting at least some survivors, to be honest. Sure. I'll check them out. It will take a while, but I will check them out.
Wow, how long is a while? Because this scan only took 10 minutes.
Well, my procedure is more thorough. It will take like 4 hours.
It's fine, Rutherford.
But if you send him through the into the air lock to the dock, I can start the procedure. And if he cleans, Dan. I can get him on board. So yeah.
Good luck, Dan.
Okay.
Okay. So I put an arm around Dan's Dan's shoulder. I would say, "Don't worry, you're going to be okay." Then I whisper in. I say, "I've opened up a VPN password. A VPN. This is the password.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say anything to anyone right now. But if Rutherford does anything, starts to do anything that gives you a really bad vibe, you send me a quick message on here. All right?
Okay.
That's an interesting thing to do.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Who's to say what counts as exsurgent and what doesn't really? I mean, in a certain sense.
Okay. All right. Sure.
If
all
he
right.
if he uses this to if he uses us to deceive us, then that in of itself is already like
Is that what the link you gave him? Is that to your VPN to
yes, a
with the
link
rest
to
of
my
your?
VPN just to get a message that won't be heard by them.
Is it direct to you or is it to the
Direct to
whole?
me.
Direct to you. Okay. All right.
So
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You escort Dan back up. There's nothing on the way. And he goes to the airlock. At this point, all four of you are back at the corridor outside the dock, where Mercy and Pilgrim are working. They've cleared the storage room and the fabric room, and they're working to set up a security station here, basically like sentry turrets and traps and shit like that, so that if there's another attack again, they have a better way of, there's automated defenses and shit like that. So they're building things now. They're modifying the station a bit to make this
So the
into
one room that had power was like the living quarters that
Yeah.
Jinx went
Mhm.
and
There's a
investigated.
body bank which you shut down, and the power plant itself and the hydroponics.
And there's no way to shut down the living quarters?
You didn't try. You can.
How about instead we
Explore.
now that we've changed our passwords, let's see if we can shock the heck out of that other Jinx with our guardian angels.
Well, you don't know where he went. He left.
Yeah, well, we know he's.
Oh, he took the Natbots with him, by the way. They're gone. You
Damn
lost. Yeah.
The what bots? The nanobots?
My Natbot.
They're Nat GNAT. They're not nano size. They're
I vote for exploring the receiving facility that we turned off. It should be safe-ish /er because we turned it off.
So out of character, were we meshed together while they were talking to Dan?
I assume so. No one said anything otherwise.
Okay, then when we all meet back up, can I do kinesics to see if Dan recognizes me? I mean, we nominally never met, but I know there's another me flying around.
Okay, sure. Yeah, roll kinesics.
14. Pass.
Yeah, he does not recognize you. He does not act like he only recognizes Killjoy. So yeah. But yeah, all four of you are together. So you're heading to the living quarters common space, or you're shutting off power to it first.
Sorry, which one? I thought it'd be fun to check at the receiving facility.
Okay, yeah. I get this is at the point. Yeah, you guys have returned Dan, you've rescued him, and now you're back at the quarter. So yeah, you tell me what your next move is.
Receiving facilities where I'm heading off, unless someone else has a different idea. I want to investigate that. My idea is maybe we can get some neat clues there and have a lower chance of being shot at or something.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy.
I think more than one of us should go to the body bank, because if that is where they're assembling monstrosities, we'll need extra firepower if there are any still hanging around.
Let's see here.
If we can, I had missed in dropping Dan off. Can I have asked him how long does he think it's been since the emergency call went out?
Oh, good question.
4 months.
Oh, okay. So he's been aware this whole time. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's just been stuck in the hydroponics lab. Is what he told you. And he had enough bots there, enough resources to hold on, and just because it was already generating excess heat and warmth, nobody noticed that he was there. Like, yeah, got to keep the plants warm. So, yeah, it has its own sort of like backup power supply, and yeah.
Russ, I've got something called a servitor, which I think I read once. It's like a small robot.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't know any of the details about it, but just I'm not doing anything with it yet. I just FYI I have it. I might
Yeah.
have to do something.
We can look up all the bots. I got the Eclipse Space PDF has pretty good bookmarks to find
Right.
shit, so it's pretty quick to get through there. Yeah. So you're all. It sounds like the plan is heading to the receiving facility.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my
That
plan.
bird's not going to go anywhere.
All right.
I hope it has clues and less danger.
Okay. So
I'm
sorry,
going to
Russ.
provide.
I disagree about the danger level, but
Yeah.
it'll have different clues.
Okay.
Are those weapons done cooking yet?
Yeah, you got your freezer. Yeah.
Yeah, freezer gun, and also with the semi-automatic weapon that was rifle that was having the goop taken.
Oh
off.
yeah. You have a kinetic semi-automatic kinetic assault rifle. Yeah.
All right.
Both of
Okay,
those are ready. Yeah.
I
For
look silly
protection-
now carrying all these guns, but yeah.
Yeah, you have quite a few guns. It's a bit bulky, actually. You're like an FPS character, just you're just festooned with guns.
Yeah. Security.
So all of you can
So-
be perception checks as you head to the thing.
Before we go for
Yeah.
protection, can I'm going to ask Hex to invent a password for me.
Sure.
Okay,
You want
then
invent
I'm
a
going to
password?
then I'm going to give that password to Pilgrim and Mercy and say, if you see another me and they don't provide this password, which is not one I created, detain.
Why are you saying this? Did you encounter someone, another?
There's something out there pretending to be me.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
need to
we're
invent-
gonna tell Rutherford that, and obviously, there'll be a lot of decontamination procedures for you, and
Oh,
all
yeah.
of you,
I
all of us, I
figured.
guess, at this point. Yeah. All right. Well,
All right. You want me to come up with a password for you?
yeah.
Huntsman.
All right.
Okay. So they take that under advisement. And off you go to the receiving facility. Everyone make their perception checks.
All right.
I failed. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Success.
Counting on the group to make it for me.
Success. And I've got enhanced
Success.
hearing.
Okay. All of those that you make it, you can hear sounds coming off to the side in the distance, very far away.
Yeah.
Like metallic sounds, something moving around, or a door opening or something. Like
Great.
a partially broken door. It's far away from where you are, but so there is air, so there is sound, and it travels. Yeah, just there's still activity on the ship. But you get to receiving facility, and it's pretty obvious. Someone else made it into a barricaded thing. There are a lot of bodies in this one, blown up exsurgent bodies that have been charred, burnt with a flamethrower after being blown apart with kinetic weapons. And so there is an AI that triggers on and says, "Hello, I am an automated defense system. I am only programmed to target exsurgents based on targeting data. You do not meet this targeting data, but you may still be an exsurgent. You must hold on while we lower all of your weapons and put them in front of you to submit for a secondary scan, or we will be forced to attack."
Okay. Hex has one gun. Gonna throw it down. I'm gonna place it down and then step forward.
Okay.
They haven't been used. They've been a good girl and haven't been using any of their async powers yet.
What about the rest of you?
I guess I put down all the guns.
Okay.
I mean, if my guns detach, otherwise I just go lay down in the pile of guns.
Okay. Yeah. If you all comply, you're hit with like T-rays and pretty intensive scanning for a few minutes, and then says a voice comes on, and let's see here, whose contact that is. Ancillary. You recognize Jonas's voice. It's your creator, the human programmer, who is like, yeah, hi. My name is Jonas. This is my station ID. I would like to be extracted. I do not know exactly what happened. I think it has to do with the Exsurgent research lab that was here. I repurposed a bunch of equipment here and took the receiving facility because I was actually looking at to upgrade my body when the shit went down, and they really swarmed this place. But fortunately, there were others here. I'm the last one left, though. Some other people tried to escape, I think, but I don't know what happened to them. I've just been here. Yes, I would like to be extracted. So, can you send me your confirmation that you're from the Kofun administrator? You do have that. That is something you would, a password.
I sent it.
It's like, oh,
Hi,
thank God.
Dad.
Ancillary?
Mm-hmm. Bet
Oh
you
my-
never see me again.
I mean, I'm glad you're here. I didn't know you cared enough to risk your life to come here to rescue me. That's very human of you. I'm sorry, is that rude? I'm under a lot of stress.
You haven't changed, have you? I bet you're trying to upgrade this weapon AI system too.
Well, yeah, I fed it the targeting data of like what these fucking things look like with all the faces and yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. They're not. None of them are AGIs. They're all limited AI, so it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I started too.
Okay. Well. Yeah. I'll shut them. I'll take them with me. Okay. Like I'm shutting everything down. We can just get out of here right now. Okay. Does that sound good?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh. Okay.
There's something else. We've been encountering different forks of ourselves. This doesn't seem to be the first time that a rescue mission has docked here. We want to know if you have any information about anything weird you've seen besides the exsurgents that are assaulting your little fortification here.
Well, they only made a couple of assaults in the early weeks, but yeah, about 3 months ago, we detected some kind of activity in the dock, and that's when everyone else left. They thought, but I was like, no, let's wait for them to come to us. Let's be patient. We're almost, and let's make sure they're from Kofun. What if they're pirates? What if they're, fucking ultimates? What if they're, who knows who the fuck they could be? But everyone else is so scared and they wanted to get off. They went through there and then they got attacked on the way or something. No one came back, and so I've been waiting here ever since.
So you held back from going with the rescue teams.
Yeah, because I didn't know it was a rescue team. I know a ship landed, but I didn't know who was on it. They never got here. Like everyone else left, and I was the only one left behind. And
Dr. Tara Bailey go with them?
Did a who?
Dr. Tara Bailey.
No, she wasn't with us.
Okay.
She was isn't she one of the Exsurgent scientists?
Yes.
It's a small station. You kind of know people. Like I talked to them. They wanted, and I thought they were all died. I thought they all were, I thought they were the ones who all got at ground zero when whatever happened at that lab happened.
Could you give us a, would you be able to, do we have the map of where the patient group is? And if not,
yeah,
I'm going.
Of course, yeah. You do.
Okay. And that one doesn't have any power attached to it.
I mean, they're all receiving some power, right? Like they're all getting life support and enough heating and air, and the lights are on, or they can turn the lights on. You don't know if the lights are on or off, but they're not getting like excess power. They're not warmer than the rest of the station. So it's on the same state as the rest of the station. Yeah.
All right. Well, then in that case, I don't think we have. I don't think we have anything else we can do with this guy. Would you like our escort back to our ship?
Yes, Please. Oh, thank God. I didn't want to wait here, waiting. The power station. I've been remotely administrating the power station, the power plant, but I don't know how. I mean, we only had so many volatiles. I didn't want to like fucking just freeze to death. When we lost power or get eaten by one of or whatever the fuck those things do to you. Like, yes, I would very much not like that to happen.
Jonas,
You
when
have
did all
control
the
of the power
surveillance go down?
Someone told me when it happened in the first week. I never
Okay.
plugged into it because I was afraid of getting hacked, but somebody else did. And they said it happened like in the first couple of days. It was one of the first things hit. I think the Exsurgents were smart enough to shut it all off so no one would know where they were, and we were all running blind. Like, these things are smart, right? They're not dumb. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ancillary, do we want to get your friend out of here?
Yeah, I mean he's a terrible dad, but we should get him out of here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you can get him out. He opens up the door, to the inner. He made himself a little like a safe room. And
So can we gain access to the power station through him?
I mean, you're sort of in the middle of the heart of the station where the body bank is, so you're pretty close to the power plant. Well, the power plant's sort of at actually it's at the opposite end of the station. In case
that's fine. I thought he said he had remote control of the power plant.
Yeah, he did. He was
Right.
administering it to keep it running.
I don't know if it's going to be relevant or not, but it sure would be neat if the price tag for him getting off the station is he gives us that access that he has.
You can ask him, sure.
Okay. So you want to go to the station, give us access to the power plant. Your remote access codes or whatever.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, sure. I guess. If you give me, I'll give it to you when I go out the airlock. Okay. Because if you want to melt it down and take the place out, fine. I just want to be off the station, right? Does that sound fair?
Yes, that does sound fair.
Okay.
Would you mind? I feel like this is going to become a theme with me. I think I'm going to add him to the VPN of the Survivor VPN.
Sure.
Send us the codes over here once you get to Rutherford.
Okay. Yeah. I will do that. So yeah, you can escort him back. And he is very grateful. And when you get him through the airlock, he transmit the codes to you to the. You have full control over the power plant now.
Hey, Jinx. Besides my bird Snowy, is there anyone else on the station you're particularly interested in getting the ear of?
Yeah, if Beaker's still alive. We don't know if it affects us uplifts yet, or Neo-Avians at least.
Who is Beaker?
He's
my contact here.
Yeah.
So did we all know we had people on this ship?
That was your cover story, right? That's why you were risking your life to go here. Like, this is a volunteer mission, and basically you have to
In the 4-month build-up, we definitely talked about it at least once.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we have.
So you all, like you have Tara. You haven't found out what happened to her.
Yeah, we have Tara somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So I guess our next place to hit up would be the patient facility where this ground zero supposedly happened. If it happened there, but that does seem like the most likely place.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
We could do something that's probably a terrible idea. We probably shouldn't do. I just want to point this out. If we have remote control of the power facility, we could turn everything back on to full power. We probably shouldn't do that.
You look at the status of it, and the station is run low on volatiles, fuel, right? Like radioactive materials to run the fusion power plant.
We don't have the energy for it.
You could, but it would run out of power in a matter of weeks instead of like right now. It would last for about 2 years.
Well, but that's weeks.
Yeah. But
Can I-
basically, you're basically what they power down is all the stuff that isn't being used right now, like other labs, other like fabbers and like workstations and shit like that.
Okay.
Stuff that like there's no like you
Yeah.
would just be wasting power. Like I mean, you could make it warmer. You could make it like a 70 degrees Fahrenheit in here. You could crank up the heating and make it yeah. Yeah.
So my infosec's only 55, but how hard would it be for me to rig up? If we all die or something, then it turns on full power, because then it'll run out quickly. If this is some kind of infinite loop.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could do that, but like that's weeks, right? The Exsurgents had plenty of time to dial
Just
it
turn
back
it
down.
down.
Like if you want to continue, you want to like have it go into meltdown if you die. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Well, let's yeah.
Or just dump all the volatile so it loses all power.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dead Man's Wish for meltdown.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we can set it up so that like it doesn't go off as long as there's more than one of us left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, are we certain that's going to wipe it out? Because otherwise, that's going to be a big, hey, come check this
I'm not
out
certain.
to every
And you got-
faction that's paying attention.
I don't know.
I'm
It'll
not certain. It's hard to be certain. I'm not sure if I'm in the real world or not. I'm doing the
when
best
this
I
rock
can.
starts leaking hard radiation.
Yeah,
people will
that'll
like,
be detectable from quite a ways off. Like
Which, in a way, is a good thing. Someone will know something's seriously wrong here.
Well, it'll say "Stay the fuck away."
except
is
to
also
dedicated salvagers
pretty
who
good thing.
are desperate for scrap.
Yeah,
who are
well, that's
gonna
kind of
come
a
and
that's
spread
kind of
the
a next
infection.
firewall team problem.
Yeah, that's fair. So
That's a future us problem.
That's
Yeah.
a future us problem. Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
So the four of you are heading to the quarantine lab, the Exsurgent lab.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
do
So
we
you set
wanna
up your
lock
dead man
down-
switch. You set up your dead man switch, and you can all give me perceive checks.
Great.
Lovely.
I look forward to this so much.
6 out of 90.
Okay.
Oh, 65 this time.
All right.
Right on the money.
Oh yeah, there's more. There's still things moving around.
Sure.
They're in the distance. You're getting a sense that they're staying away from you. Like they can hear you moving, and they or sense you moving, and they're keeping their distance.
That means they're not that powerful yet, but they will be later. Great.
Killjoy, you do get a direct message from Jinx.
Okay.
And it says that's not the real Jinx. I'm the real Jinx.
I sigh. I do the little sigh emoji into the message.
Look,
I report that to the group. FYI, I'm getting doppelganger messages from another Jinx now.
Okay. Tell us something that only Jinx would know.
okay,
What did we do on the ship yesterday before we got here?
I was working on my missile.
It goes dark. It doesn't respond. The message, whoever sent it.
Look, let's just establish we're both real Jinxes. It's just,
Sure.
I think
Sure.
that
Sure.
one's lost its mind because it's been
That's a
here for while.
technicality that I don't care about. No offense. Anyway.
As long as you were the
I'm
Jinx,
the Jinx that came with you. How's that?
Yeah.
as long as you're the Jinx that's been like sending spam messages to my bird.
Wait,
I'm
you're
fairly
seeing those? I didn't mean to. No, we're just caw.
Right. So but you get to the research lab, and there's an etched message in the wall, like the metal wall, like
Great.
and there is a metal line all across this room. It says, beyond this wall is a vast devourer nanoswarms are programmed to devour anything that goes beyond this line without a password. Use a laser transmitter to communicate through text message only with the operator of this lab. Full quarantine procedures are in effect. So basically, you're in this corridor. You look into the room forward. You can see that etched on the far wall. And anybody with knowledge related to extreme biological research methods or Exsurgent virus, or you could text Rutherford what you see and get info from him to figure out what the fuck is going on exactly.
I have security ops as close as it gets.
All right, you can be security ops. You get something for that.
Under 50. I made it.
Okay, so basically, a lot of things in order to avoid digital viruses is you have to like air gap it, right? So like there's probably if any of you have nano detectors, they're pinging. There's definitely nano machines in the area.
Okay.
Now remember, nano machines are too small to be seen.
Yep.
And
I do have a nano detector.
Okay.
Nanobot detection 4070 with active swarm.
Yeah. No, there's
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
active
you're
swarms.
probably also picking up my own swarms because I've got
So basically, you can
Spy
see
and Guardian active.
You're in a corridor. There's a room up ahead with that etched on the far wall and a line, and then beyond that, another corridor, and beyond that corridor, you can see a bright light coming from it. It looks like it opens up into a large room with a large, like a white cube in the middle of that room. With your knowledge of security ops, you know, in order to guarantee, you have to do extreme measures to protect against extreme like threats, right?
Right.
So this is by minimizing anything that goes on the mesh, by using laser communications. You know, you basically beam a laser at a certain point.
Yeah, point to point.
Yeah, point to point. Then you can communicate without fear of being hacked or tapped or anything like that. So you can send text messages. So your indication is that someone is still alive and active in the quarantine lab, and they have taken extreme measures to protect themselves. And you can text messages to them.
Yeah, I text message them hi. It's interesting.
Are you? Who are you? You get back.
I'm doing this for the whole group can see. So I mean, I'm Killjoy, and I'm part of a group here sent to check out the station and rescue survivors if possible.
Who sent
Code
you?
From the administrator.
From the administrator.
Administrators.
Send me your Kofun password. Send me the password from the administrator. You already got that. That's what you had to do for Jonas too.
Yeah, I guess we'll send it.
Okay.
I hope that's not a terrible move.
Verified. My name is Tara Bailey. I am a research scientist with the patient. I would like to be escorted off the station.
Tara, hi. I was hoping to get another quick favor from you.
Do you identify yourself? You're still communicating through text.
Hi, this is Hex.
Right.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Hello, Hex. It has been a while. I did not expect you to make it, but I am glad you were here.
Most people don't expect me. That's why I'm so good at my job.
Yes, I agree.
Anyway, I'm just kidding about the favor. I'm actually here to repay another one. You can say thank you.
Well, thank you. I will come out. I can tell you what happened. I will tell you after I have a XP and simul space summary of it. I can provide to you. If you escort me out, I will give you this data.
That works for us, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm shutting down my nano. I will step through. I'm leaving the devourer swarms active, but they will not go beyond the line. And they are programmed not to hurt me.
Right.
So, yeah, she comes out. She is obviously wearing a vac suit. But yeah, she comes out. She says, I have a data chip with all the data about what caused the outbreak. And it is, you can read it. I will hand it over as soon as I am through the airlock.
Yeah.
At this point, like Dan has made it to the ship. So Dan sends yeah. So Dan sends you a message confirming that whoever did the VPN thing.
That would be hex.
Okay, yeah.
Just confirming that it's all good.
Mhm.
Nothing weird.
Yep.
Good.
So,
Okay.
Tara, do you want to give us the TLDR on what went down?
Yeah, let's walk and talk.
Okay. We were researching a type of exsurgent virus, and a momentary lapse in security led to one of the researchers being contaminated, and our security methods failed. I was in a secondary observation unit, which is why I was not infected, and I managed to preserve our data, and I managed to preserve myself. But the station, it obviously spread despite our best methods.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Did you
kinesics?
have any
Is she
access?
leaving anything out? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can give me kinesics.
Yeah, I should probably do
lying
that
and leaving
too.
stuff out. That's a pass. 43 out of 55.
Yeah. She is being very tight-lipped about it. Obviously, she's not mentioning, like, she's saying as little as she can. She's very guarded and very wary of you.
Can I use provoke to try to get her to reveal a little bit more?
What's your angle?
Maybe
I would say
we
with
can-
kinesics, you're actually,
basically attacking her expertise
No,
and basically saying, like,
no, you
you're a
made your
bad
kinesics
scientist.
check, so you actually, you're gonna, like, she is a tight case. Like, insulting her's not gonna do it. She's not gonna be rattled so easy. You have to actually threaten her.
I'm going to move up and next to Laura. Laura, I know
You mean
that.
Tara?
I mean, to Tara. Sorry,
Yeah.
Laura Bailey. No, Tara Bailey.
Mhm.
I'm up to Tara. Tara, I think we can both agree that the situation has moved beyond your control. I understand you might be wanting to keep some of this data tight-lipped, but given that you are putting yourself into our hands, I think we can be a little bit more candid with each other, can't we?
Yeah, because like
I'm trying to persuade her.
Oh yeah, go and persuade. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
okay, if that doesn't work, then the backup is because otherwise we don't actually have to let you go.
It's a 30, and my skill is 80.
Okay. So yeah, you succeed. What are you trying to get her to reveal more info on? Like, be a little more specific.
Well, what isn't she telling us?
She isn't telling you the nature of the exsurgent virus strain they were researching.
Yeah. So tell us more about the nature of the exsurgent virus that you were researching, if you don't mind. That seems extremely pertinent to us.
It was codenamed the Vestige. It was an infiltrator type. So yeah, we were trying to figure out how to identify it. It just popped up in some cases, and we were working on ways to identify it. And yeah,
Tara,
and yeah.
Hey Tara, does the Vestige perhaps take advantage of groups that split up into single groups of one person?
Well, I mean, all of them do that. Like any exsurgent virus would do that. What we knew about the info, but yeah. So she says that, but yeah, she is probably holding back more. But she obviously does not. You are on your way back. Yeah.
So we're dealing with an infiltrator, one that can possibly copy our bodies and personalities, in order to confuse and divide us.
Yes, I mean, yeah, that's what infiltrators do in general. Yes.
I know. I'm also I'm something of an infiltrator myself.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to make? You can make one more skill check if you want.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't think.
Or
I
you could
think.
spend a point of flex and have a weird sense of deja vu.
All right. I'm using that flex.
Okay, yeah. Give me a will save.
A will save.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
shit.
gonna have a full fucking flashback here.
17.
Okay, yeah, you make it. Yeah, you just so for you, Hex, what you briefly have a flashback of having a very similar conversation, but neither of you were wearing vac suits because this is when the station was intact and things were fine. You were on the station. You were here. Somehow you know this, and she was telling you how the Vestiges ingenious element of this strain was that they didn't know that they were exsurgents. Their conscious memories would never betray them. Their kinesics would always fail because they thought they were the person that they had absorbed. The only thing that gave it away is when it took a bunch of physical damage, it had problems reintegrating itself, and so it would just constantly generate faces over any piece of traumatized flesh. And that's when something happened to you. Let's see here, which one are you?
So, Russ, what you're saying is all of us are potentially the thing.
Yeah, that's when you get a message from yourself, Hex. Hi, I'm you. I'm hiding in a spare morph in a locker somewhere. I just managed to get on the network on you. Terra's an exsurgent. They're all exsurgents. You're so, and that's when she changes. So everyone give me a perceive check to avoid being ambushed. If you make this, you have a chance of acting.
I think I just got it. 55.
Okay. All right, that's critical success. Yeah.
Success.
Okay. Success. All right. So looks like Killjoy failed.
Yep.
All right. So you're just caught
memories,
flat-footed. You're not gonna be able to act this round.
I think I was pointing the gun at her before she started changing.
Well, did you get the critical? Were you the one that rolled the critical?
I was the critical.
Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah, you were. So in that case, it is going to be a straight initiative check for you two. So let's see here. Hex. What is the initiative 5? So roll a d10 and add 5 to it.
Roll d10 and add +5.
Yep. And let's see here. And initiative 6. Okay.
Initiative 8.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, you rolled a 13. Because it's 5 plus 13, yeah. So 9 plus 6, 15. So if you want to spend a point of vigor, or you can go first. Otherwise, she is going first.
So okay. So I could add. I think I may have used my vigor to not fucking fail on the free fall check. So I guess she goes first.
All right. Let me see if Flex would let you also go first in initiative, because Flex is pretty flexible.
I used my flex for the story thing, though.
Are you out of that too? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But on the vigor, didn't we have a chance to regain 1d6 points? Was that
Yeah. I told you that a while ago. If you aren't, yeah.
I had a chance to. I missed that. Sorry.
Okay. Well, then roll d6. That's how many pool points you can restore.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not proud of it, but I played a lot of D&D. Rests are super important.
3.
Okay. Yeah, you could spend that and get the take the initiative. Otherwise,
all right, I'm taking the initiative.
Okay, and then you can restore the other 2 points to whatever. But you restored your vigor. You spend it because your cap is 1. And you go first.
All right, I mean the moment. So this is what happened. I just had this incredible sense of deja vu that it takes forms and they don't necessarily know. I am already I was already even without knowing that we were about to get attacked, my thought was going to be sorry Tara, shoot her in the head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Do I have a chance to aim it, or are we just
Not really get a name like that
No,
would
just
be she
straight
would have
straight skill?
straight skill because she is
34.
34. She will get a fray. Her fray is
Dodge this.
basically she needs a crit to dodge that. She does not get a crit. So yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Damage is I think it's D10.
Did you do a full auto?
I didn't do a full auto.
Oh, you also
Okay.
get a plus 1d6 for a superior success.
Okay,
You've
yeah.
been forgetting about that.
So it's 4d10 plus 1d6.
4d10 plus 1d6.
Yeah, this is a pistol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like all that 2, 2, 4, 7. So that's 6 plus
25.
7 is 13, 23 damage.
Well, 25, according to
25?
the thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, it has the summary right above the details.
Oh, it
Let's
does.
see.
Yeah, 25.
So yeah, 25 damage. Tears into her. Goo starts spraying everywhere. That does not put her down. She has more. They have more durability than that, so she is going to make a stab you in the face with her fucked up, weird bioorganic arms.
Great.
Yep. And that'll definitely hit. This is a melee attack though, so you get your full fray check. You need to beat a 30 though.
Okay, so I do have I do have a good fray. I think I have 50.
Okay, so you need a 31 to a 50.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. Hey, you make it.
Yeah.
You barely dodge out of the way as her arms, which are now just this weird, like bony material, but razor sharp, just slashes at your head, and you barely duck out of the way. And let's see here. Killjoy doesn't get to go. He's totally surprised. But then the other people who made let's see here. So Ancillary, you made your perceived check, so you're not totally flat-footed. So now you can do something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pump her full of lead.
Okay.
Or whatever railgun ammo is made of.
Not lead.
Not lead.
Yeah.
Something much harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
straight up guns check.
Yep. And I'm gonna attack with both of my guns, so it'll be 2 rolls.
Okay. Yeah.
Do that.
Mm-hmm.
Full auto for damage on the first one. That's a hit, or it's a success.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot, is 100 a critical success?
100 is a critical. It's 0/0.
All right. Yep. So she dodges out of the way of that.
All right. Well, glad I have a second attack. So this one is at minus 20. So I will do. Yeah, I've still got pretty good stats. So I will again do it for extra damage. Jeez.
She misses because Frey's halved when you're doing gun checks. So
okay.
Yep. Because guns are harder to dodge than like melee weapons. Weirdly enough.
All right. There's 18 damage to her.
Okay, she's still up, but barely. And let's see here. Jinx, I think you were also made your perceived check.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, how close are we how close am I to them?
Oh, you're all just like shoulder to shoulder. You were all basically in the corridor together, traveling together.
Okay, is there going to be a penalty for using my rifle?
Yeah, your sniper rifle is definitely not meant for this. Like, yeah,
Okay,
you
I'll
negative
use the
20.
pistol. I'll take a quick action to aim and then use my pistol.
You cannot
If
quick
we are-
aim. Yeah, you can just
Yeah.
shoot. Yeah.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
also
I'll
a +10 for point blank.
Yeah, I guess there is a point. But I'm gonna.
It-
You're kind of
Either
shooting
way,
amongst your
40
friends, though. So I would say that would negate it too, because she's
Oh
in
yeah,
melee.
attacker and melee is -10.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So yeah, kind of cancels out. All right. Does that make?
Yeah, that makes.
All right.
2d10.
All right. Yeah, you make it. Go and roll damage.
Uh, 17.
Okay. Let's see here. Hex. You're being hacked. Make an infosec check with a -20 penalty.
Oh my god. I don't think I have infosec.
All right, then you need to roll an 18, a 19, or a 20 on a D100 because your muse has infosec at a 40.
Okay. Shit.
Yep.
Nothing. Who's hacking me? Do I know?
It's coming from the VPN.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
shit.
Yep.
Yeah, when I got a chance to act, I was going to try to send out some kind of a warning to Rutherford about how fucked he is and
Yep.
other things, but I haven't got there yet.
86.
Okay. Yep.
do you have a? Nope, there's nothing you can do.
Let's see here. One action turn. Okay, yep. Okay. It's fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, the rest of you can give me kinesics checks. Yeah, not 2d10, 1d100. Yeah.
I made
Okay.
mine.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, I'm
All right,
crap
any
at
of
it,
you
but
who
with
make
success.
it, your kinesics check can see that something is wrong with Hex. It looks like Hex is having a seizure or something.
Hey
Or
there.
something. Yeah. Yeah, you do know about actually no, I would say if you make your kinesics checks, you realize so yeah, you have one action to do something. Digital infections are fast. So let's see here. Jinx, you made it, I believe. Or no, you did not with an 83.
No, I did not.
So Killjoy and Ancillary. They are being Hex is being hacked right now.
Yep.
Can I try to counter hack through our TACnet?
Yeah, that would expose all of you to it, though.
Man, I really love to leave TACnet right about now.
Yeah, you can disconnect. That's one thing you can do. I'll say you can disconnect for free, or you can, if you hack, obviously you're not. So, so Killjoy, yeah. So what do you want to do? You could do something else. Yeah, you can hack.
If I
yeah.
disconnect from the TACnet, could I still, even though it's probably too goddamn late, could I still try to send a message to Rutherford? Text, right? I should be able to do it through text. He was only talking to us through text.
That's a separate network. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the things I'm trying to do, and then I'd love to do something with the power generation system network thing. But
okay, so that's all. Okay, yeah, you can do all of those, but that would be your action. So because
well, I wasn't going to do a lot of fighting stuff.
Okay, so here's what you and then Ancillary. What are you doing in the same instance of time?
I'm going to try and save Hex.
How are you going to try? Yeah.
You finished putting down Terra.
Terra's gone. Like you all shot the shit out of her.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Somehow.
No worries. There's a lot going on. So
it happened really fast. Really fast.
So you can think about how you want to save Hex. Actually, no. What's your infosec at? Ancillary?
My infosec's really damn good.
Okay. So there's two ways you can do this. their connection is being established right now. So if you can either counter hack, which puts you and everyone else on the attack at risk, or you can close the connection. And the only way to close the connection for Wei is to rip out the mesh inserts in Hex's body, like physically rip a piece of cybernetic implant out of Hex's body. That is guaranteed to work if you can make a melee, if you have a sharp knife or something to cut it off. It's just going to inflict damage on Hex. But the counter hacking is obviously does not do that, but it's an opposed check, right? Like versus whatever they do. And they have threat pool, which they can spend to boost their results. But let's do Killjoy's action. Killjoy, you send the message to Rutherford. You don't get a response instantaneously. You cut off from the TACnet. And what do you want to do to the power plant?
Well, okay, so I know I set a kill switch to like cause it to not work anymore. Is there any way to make it do a cool explosion? And actually, is there any way to do something with the power plant that'll blow up this whole asteroid or most of the insulation on the asteroid? Yeah,
you can basically the meltdown. It will take some time to do, but you can send it into meltdown and basically irradiate the shit out of it and make it like so irradiated it is unusable.
Yeah, let's do that. We gotta do this fail-safe type deal here.
Okay, yeah, you send it into meltdown.
All right.
You need to get out of there pretty quickly.
Yeah. It sounds like a great idea. I'll try. We'll see what happens.
Now ancillary. Are you gonna hack or which type of hacking are you doing? Software or like with a sharp, do you have a sharp thing?
I don't have a sharp thing. I have fractal digits for ultrafine manipulation.
Yeah,
that's
you're not
exactly
a surgeon. You don't
want.
have any surgery skills or anything. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You have a gun. You could shoot it off. I would say it would be a -20 on an aim shot check, but you could shoot the mesh insert implant. You know where it is.
Yeah, shoot me in the head. See how that goes.
It's not in the head. I'd say it's like in the upper shoulder area.
It's only right next to your spine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's only right next to your spine. Yeah. So you could shoot that, or you could hack.
Okay. Worst comes to worst, I'll grab your stack. I'll shoot.
Okay. Fire. Gun's -20.
I'm going to spend a vigor to
negate that. Yeah.
Negate that.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see. Actually, do I want to do that or do I want to save for flipping? Whatever. I'll just negate it.
Yeah.
Simplicity. Success.
All right. It's going to be. Have you taken any damage yet, Hex?
None. No.
All right. Yeah. So I'll say this is 2d 1d10. Yeah, it's just base bullet. No armor though, because it's like, an aim.
It's a very cold shot.
Yeah, very very cold shot. So your thing definitely has a hole in it too. Range combat kinetic weapons. Here we go. 2d10.
Oh, great. So I roll it?
Here, I'll just roll it just to make it. 14 damage.
Yay.
Sorry.
Yep. But yeah, you end the connection, and you are getting pinged from someone claiming to be the original you.
But am I still connected to the mesh with my damaged mesh inserts?
Not anymore. Oh yeah, you're not. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that goes dark. Yeah, you lose all communication with everything. You can't do that no more.
My wound threshold is 7.
All right, so at this point, Jinx, you're caught up as it's like a lot happened very quickly.
Yeah. Well, I imagine so. For me, I want to do while they were all doing that, I want to check surreptitiously, feeling my wound site with my claw. Do I feel like a new beak growing out of me?
Oh, that's a good point there. So, I am going to message you something. Actually, you know what? First off, I'm going to let you choose something. Odd or even?
Oh, Jesus
Odd.
Christ.
'Cause
Odd.
that's the situation. Yep.
Okay. And let's see here. Thanks to this. All right. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Then after that, I see that Hex drops off the mesh when Ancillary shoots him, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together and drop off the mesh.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You're all disconnected from the TACnet. Yeah.
Yep. There's
All
your virus
right.
that way.
There is a PA system warning. Power plant is in meltdown. Evacuate or stabilize the power plant. Yeah. So are you all rushing to the exit?
Why would I rush to the exit?
You're just gonna go down with the station?
I'm also going to keep an eye on my own wound.
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean,
Damn,
Because
I can't tell if we're. I can't
I'm
tell.
getting out of here. I just paid this body off.
Yeah, I'm flying back towards Pilgrim.
Okay.
From my personal recollection, I backed up before I started on this stupid mission in the first place. So
All right. Let's see here. Now, before you was it Mercy points a plasma rifle at all of you as you come back. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
we backed the wrong horse. The survivors, I placed a VPN on all the survivors just in case you guys were the ones
Hamish.
were pulling one over us. But it turns out all the survivors are infected with an insurgent that mimics other beings and then makes it so that they don't even realize that they're not actual people, just exsurgent copies.
All right, roll persuade.
18.
Oh.
Okay.
It's 11, baby.
Oh shit. Yeah. Mercy's convinced. And so is Pilgrim.
So we just sent a whole bunch of exsurgents into our only way of escape.
2 or 3.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And they're both on the ship. The ship has gone silent. Yeah, in fact, it's leaving.
Oh,
you-
God.
yeah, you all can give me a pilot air or a free fall if you want to get on the ship.
No, I want to shoot the ship.
It's a big ship. What gun do you have?
Fuck, I don't have a gun for that.
Yeah, you don't have an anti-ship weapon. Your personal weapons aren't going to be big enough to take it out unless you get on board and like.
God damn it.
Yep. Yeah.
I say that in character.
Okay, yeah. What are we
Make
gonna?
it.
One of you needs to get on that ship or try to hack it.
It's not gonna. I'm not getting on that ship. I rolled a 99.
Yeah, all right. Well, ancillary is gone.
I can downgrade that to a regular failure. But
Okay. Well, if you downgrade it to a regular failure, you're not going to. But yeah. Can you downgrade it to regular failure?
I do. I have 1 point of vigor left.
Okay. Yeah. You can downgrade that to regular failure. You can either basically miss the ship but still be close enough to get one more shot in, or you can go back to the station.
There's nothing for you back at the station.
There's nothing for me back there.
All right.
If
If you get a regular fail on this, you're gone. Like you were going off in the deep. You were.
Yeah,
just
that's where I just shut myself down.
Mm-hmm. All right, give me a roll.
Fuck, come on. No.
That is a pass
Oh shit.
because
All
I
right.
put 80 in my. Oh wait, no, shit, no, it's not. Missed by 2 because I was like, I don't need those extra 3 points.
Oh no!
77.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah. You missed
Off
the
into
ship.
the deep.
Off into the deep.
Oh God.
Were any
Yeah.
of you also trying to jump on the ship?
I mean, I made
I do
it.
have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jinx, you made it.
Yeah. 18 out of-
Killjoy, you made it.
I spent a point of vigor to make it.
Okay, and Hex.
I don't think I have any vigor left.
Okay, let me roll for Mercy. She has like a 80 in it. Actually 70. Okay, she makes it. Let's roll for Pilgrim. He has like a 50. They both make it. All right. So everybody but Ancillary makes it. It sounds like, or
I didn't roll. I haven't
okay,
tried.
Okay, go ahead and roll then.
Fuck. Am I rolling to jump on this ship with no free
Yeah.
fall?
I would. I mean, free fall or pilot air, whatever's higher.
I don't have anything.
Okay, yeah, then it's Psalm.
Oh God. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But you've got
58. Bye bye, everybody.
Okay, yeah. Would that have made if you had a plus 20 bonus from spending a point of flex?
I don't have any flex because I used that for a story bonus.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah.
But I do think I'm an Exsurgent. Well, actually, wait, no. I didn't even want to know. And I'm still like thinking that this has all happened before.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really want to jump on the ship actually because
All right.
I'm thinking that I'm already an Exsurgent. I'm actually going to go back and I was going to go back into the ship and try to get the other Hex is going to go back for the other Hex.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you go back in the ship, ready to kill everything you see, basically. All right. A fitting ending for a firewall agent. Killjoy and Jinx, you're both on the hull of the ship. With
Can I try and hack? I've got a radio booster.
Yeah. No, well, you can physically plug into the ship now that you're physically connected to it. You're on it.
Not me.
Yeah. With radio. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you didn't. I
drift away.
Yeah. You have one hack check. And it's brute force, so it's a negative 20.
One thing I will do, I'll send Snowy on to. Can I roll for Snowy to get on to the ship?
Is that the Hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah, the Hawk had like 50.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't have a free fall.
Yeah.
It has fray, melee, and perceive. So does it automatically succeed in flying into the ship?
Hold on, let me get the hacking done first. All right, you beat the hacking. Does 62 win with a negative 20?
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
I'm gonna upgrade it another 2 levels of superior success.
Okay, cool. So Snowy latches on to the ship, but is pretty much helpless. That's all it can do.
Yep.
All right. So you upgrade. You're hacking in. You don't have much time before you're going to be out of range. So what do you want to do? You could open up the airlock, so they can get in.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna trust my partners.
All right. You open up the airlock.
We need to scuttle the ship any way possible.
Okay. Yeah. You tell this to
get back.
Well, can you though? Like you don't know what's going on in there.
I don't think we're real. I think we're part of the problem.
Yeah, I guess that's. You know what? I'm gonna say that's the real question, isn't it? If you can go in there, especially with Mercy, because Mercy's a killing machine, and Pilgrim's help. They don't have much in there. They have a bunch of robot drones, but that's it. That's not a huge amount of firepower. But the thing is, you don't know what happened on the ship. Even if you space the people you rescued and throw them out the airlock, you don't know if they left some contaminant behind. Yeah, Rutherford is definitely contaminated. Like he attacks you when he gets in, but Mercy can make short work of him. We're not gonna have to do a fight. The real question is, can you? They may have embedded viruses, digital or biological, or who knows what the fuck else. Like Rutherford was your expert, and he failed. He didn't catch this. So even if you throw the people off board, it's 4 months. And
look,
yeah,
like I said, I backed up before the mission started. Let's just aim this ship at the station and crash into it, and that's it.
Yeah, you can do that.
Send out a as plain as encrypted but plain as possible text message to Firewall to let them know what happened. You know,
okay.
it's as much anti exsurgenty as you can get it. Just one
Mhm.
message, cryptic as fuck, because this is firewall anyway.
Yep.
Just
So-
don't come here no more. Maybe it's safe after a long time. Probably not.
Look,
Yeah.
I say we go full El Jefe Elemante on this and just lock everybody up one at a time. Do enough physical damage that requires healing, and then see what happens when they heal.
That just
Oh,
sounds like
okay.
you want extra sand checks. I mean, sure.
I don't care
let's
about
have fun cutting up
humans.
our own hands.
Okay.
I'm happy to hurt you guys.
All right, Mercy's actually down for that, and Mercy's sort of the killing monster. Okay. Killjoy. Odd or even?
God damn it, even.
I'll go with odd. I don't think. I just want to know.
Odd. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Hex. You do not. You when you get shot by one of the other exsurgents, you do not start mutating.
Dang it.
Yeah. But it
Well, I
doesn't
was the
matter. The
real one.
station. The station is irradiated. So.
Well, yeah.
All right, somebody for Pilgrim. Somebody give me actually ancillary for Pilgrim.
The last
Otter,
bullet's
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
Pilgrim even.
Hey, what was my role?
Well, and finally Mercy. Hex, give me odd or even for Mercy.
Oh, God.
Even.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and the pilot. Jinx, you can give me for the pilot.
Really
Isn't
good.
the pilot an
Let's go
AGI?
even this time.
Digital viruses, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said even.
Even. Okay. And you can't test the pilot because the pilot's in the ship.
Oh, damn it.
And Pilgrim's in a synth morph, so that wouldn't work either. So
Huh.
yeah.
Can we have Mercy kill
Well, then they
Pilgrim?
can't really leave, can they? I mean,
Yeah, they're embedded in the ship. So all of you made it that have biomorphs. You
Great.
actually all passed it. Unfortunately, the ship does not want to destroy itself, and
Uh-oh.
yeah, and yeah, you can't tell Mercy, and you can't tell if Pilgrim's infected or not because he's in the synth morph. So Mercy is like, well, I'm backed up anyway. I don't want to. The rep, if I bring an insurgent infection, is worse than resleeving. So fuck this. So you can persuade Mercy to blow up the ship and just have all of you drift into the eternity. Or you can go back to civilization. Like those are really your options.
With a possibly infected ship. That's not
Yeah,
very
yeah.
firewall of us.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
we-
want to live in a I have no mouth and must scream spaceship, so
Yeah.
Can we infect the ship at all?
I mean, you'd be putting yourself at risk, and the ship is much more powerful. It has much more powerful processors. Like,
Right.
you would be at a massive disadvantage. Like, it's your spaceship, right? Like, yeah, there is.
Well, okay, but okay, fine, but isn't the ship going to try to return to civilization anyway unless we find a way
Yeah.
to stop it?
yeah, unless you fuck it up, you have guns and shit. You can just
Yeah.
trash the ship.
yeah, well, we
Well,
might as well try and
okay.
hack it first, and
Yeah,
if
but-
it looks
Okay.
like it's going
Try
wrong,
and, or
Well,
try
it tries
try
to
and
kill you.
persuade it.
Then, then it's gonna like first, space you, and then shut off life support,
Well,
go
okay,
cold.
okay,
Yeah.
but can we try an intimidation check? Hey, look, ship.
No,
Here's what that's going to be.
it views it as like trying to murder it. Like if you hack
Well,
it,
no,
you can
it's
delete it.
like-
So you're trying to kill it, and it's going to try and
Not
kill
necessarily. I mean, maybe there's a way we can yank it out of the ship and have it just not be part of the ship anymore.
you. It doesn't see it that way. It doesn't matter what
like
you
it
see.
has
in
the
it.
equivalent of a cortical stack, right?
Yeah.
So,
It doesn't care. It's not going to be helpless. It's going to try and kill you. Like you're trying to rip it out. Ripping a person's cortical stack out is also
okay,
like,
but what kind of firewall agent are they then? If they're not
firewall.
they're not firewall.
firewall.
You were
Well,
undercover.
that was a mission oversight that needs to be corrected in future missions.
Well,
God damn.
yep.
I just want to note that after we destroy the ship and prevent it from moving forward, the Hawk and I go off for one final flight through space. It's majestic.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So the ship
Yeah,
is
go ahead
trashed.
with that hot with Snowy.
Yeah, the station is hopelessly irradiated.
We
Ancillary,
That's
you go
dead.
off into the deep. Jinx and the Hawk catch up with you as you drift together into eternity. And Mercy, Pilgrim, and Killjoy are left on a spaced ship, utterly trashed. As you unleash plasma weapons and full auto gunfire and all this other shit, trashing its systems as it spins off into deep space. So yeah, a successful mission. Yay!
One more note about next time: don't send an embedded AGI that isn't on board with Team Firewall.
Well, yeah, they kind of didn't have many resources out here. They did what they could. So
They did what they could.
Yep.
We spared the team fuck everything Delta Green team from going in and blowing it all up.
Yeah, exactly. You saved an erasure squad from having to do this, and preventing other stations from getting infected because the ship didn't make it there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was Vestiges. It was you were actually on the station, and then what happened is PC1, let's see here, Jinx got turned into a Vestige, and then the Vestige told Firewall, "Oh, send us in again, but this don't tell us we were already here, because then the rescue ship would be suspicious of us. So just have us go undercover, and then then I'll link up with them. And I'm definitely not an Exsurgent, and so
were we on the ship, or were we already?
You were already on the station. You're already on the station. Like the other ship was just a random ship. It was a red herring.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But you were there. You've definitely seen that. No, the ship was from another. No, I said it was an affiliated Firewall ship. So yeah, it was.
So how did we lose our memories?
Because
different instances, different uses.
Jinx got turned into a Vestige, and then the Exsurgent Jinx message Firewall, send us in again, but without telling us we were already here.
Firewall fell for Exsurgent Virus's ploy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. And all your contacts were Vestiges. They were all Exsurgents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part out.
Yep.
Wait, why were our contacts all Insurgents?
Because the Vestiges are like it's a very good infiltrator unit. It doesn't know it's an infiltrator. So
oh my god.
Yeah,
that's what I said about plastic people.
But we managed to destroy the Vestige.
Oh yeah. Everything's trash.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great. Well, we fucked ourselves, but we still managed to complete the mission.
Yeah.
Yes, that is most Delta Green / Eclipse Phase Firewall missions. You default.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the worst ending is you fail in your mission, and now good luck having a society to go back to afterwards.
Oh no, I mean they've already had many.
Mostly, what Hex wanted to do was not actually go out fighting. She wanted to have a conversation with herself and being like, "Hey, so I'm actually the real one.
Your actual you actually are there. There was a spare morph, like the little tiny robot one. And so you actually survived. PC4 is actually there. Hex was actually. So you could actually talk to yourself, and that would not be a Vestige. But your contact.
So the spare was actually me?
Yep.
And I was the Exsurgent?
No, you were also you. You were both yous.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So the spare me survived.
Well, I mean, the spare me is now from the initial mission, but now everyone's gonna be irradiated and just die.
Okay, we're gonna roast some marshmallows while we wait to die.
Yeah, basically, no one's gonna rescue you or the original you. Yeah,
it's all quarantine.
Awesome. Well, happy ending.
Yeah, happy ending. Until maybe 1,000 years from now, when some salvagers come and plug you in and be like, "The fuck is this?" Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to mess with identity and shit like that, and you
did it.
Yeah.
You certainly did.
Yep. Turns out Exsurgent virus is really hard to fight because
Yeah.
it's really tricky. I actually wrote a bunch of stuff for Eclipse Face. I was like, oh yeah, this shit is impossible to deal with. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be way more paranoid than you think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Caleb sounds
paranoid, but I
paranoid.
was in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Caleb sounds paranoid until you start skimming the book. You're like, oh shit, yeah, no, this is really bad.
Yeah. And like, kinesics is not enough to tell if someone's an Exsurgent or not. If they believe they are a normal person, your kinesics doesn't matter what you roll. Yeah.
If I had actually used any of my async powers, like, could I have like detected thoughts and like look through their heads and see?
Yeah, but you would have risked immediate infection.
Fuck.
Yeah, like it would have been big risk, big reward. Like you would have instantly known they were an Exsurgent, but you would have also like had to make a roll not to be infected. So yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
This sucked. I mean, that's good Eclipse phase experience.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like basically, like you know, early on, try to figure out how you can blow the place up, or if you can blow the place up, or
yeah. Basically, what's happened is you're going to be restored from backup. And be like, yeah, you went on a mission, you blew up the station. Like,
also Hex was in a spare. Isn't that like a synth morph?
Yeah, it's a synth morph. Hex was
A6 hate synth morphs.
Yeah, well, you were holding on to tell Firewall to do the mission. Like, yeah, you do not like being in a spare morph.
Okay.
Yeah, but you had a mission. You had to warn them. Yeah. So.
All right.
Yep.
Mission complete.
Yep.
Would our backed up selves actually get rewarded for completing the mission?
Oh sure.
All the dead canaries we want.
Yeah. You would have gotten because you made sure it was shut down. That's something.
Well, we wouldn't remember that we shut it down. We would just have gotten rewarded.
Yeah. Well, you would have been. Yeah. Here's what we know. Like you went in there twice. You were already there, and something happened, and we don't know whether we're still figuring it out.
Right.
We have some probabilities. Yeah, it would have been a head scratcher. So yeah, but
it seemed like the team went in and melted down the core and then scuttled their own ship.
Yep. So it sounds like it was really bad there. So good job on saving that. Yeah.
Good job, past me.
Problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Severance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully I'll get to remember the next mission.
I'm not sure that's a win.
It sounded like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely add to my thrill. Not quite a win for my thrill-seeking ambitions, but
yeah. Good enough. All right, cool. Well, thank you all for listening. And thank you all so much for supporting the RPPR Patreon. We'll have at least one game next month of probably Delta Green. I'm not sure. Maybe Red Markets. Maybe this. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But we will all talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.